guys we're live. Just when you're ready, let me know. We're already live. That's for the GoPro. We'll have to figure out the monitor here in a minute. But I had some tech issues, guys. I apologize, but we're good now.
Good evening. Jerry Lynch alongside Mark Chambers. Tonight's game is between the New Glarus Monticello Glarner Knights and your Richland Center Hornets. The Glarner Knights are 1-4 coming in overall and 1-1 in conference play with a win over Prairie du Chien and a loss to Broadhead Judah. The Hornets are 3-2 overall, 2-1 in conference action.
Yeah, Jerry, New Glarus Monticello has had 3 common opponents with the Hornets thus far. They had a 1-point win over Prairie du Chien. 2 blowout losses. Broadhead Judah, probably no surprise there. And then also the Dells. So a little bit of tough sledding for them. But don't let that record deceive you. They're a pretty good football team, a spread team. Hornets are definitely going to need to bring, obviously, their A game, which we want them to bring every night here at home.
Yeah, a lot of it's going to hinge on how we play. And again, last week we ended up pulling that one out down in Prairie du Chien in exciting fashion. But we really need to stay away from mistakes. A lot of fumbled snaps last week, a load of penalties, and just things that really made it tough sledding most of the night for us. We couldn't get ourselves going until the very end of the game, but luckily our defense kept us in it and made it kept it close so we could give us a chance to win, and that's what we did.
Yeah, coming out early in games has been kind of our Achilles heel. Our first quarters, traditionally in all of our 5 games, have been a bit of a struggle. Kind of like we just don't get our footing down correct. We, to come out with an explosive front. Early third quarter, sometimes too, can be a little bit rough. But again, like you said, Jerry, get those mistakes cleaned up. If we play the execution style ball, I think we're going to be all right. And put together 4 quarters of good football, I think you're going to see. You'll see that W on that side. And yeah, we've been saying this, I think all of last year and probably most games this year. It's going to start with our defense. We are once that kind of sets the tone, when the defense sets the tone, it seems like good things start to happen after that.
Yeah, and speaking of defense, New Glarus Monticello, they're going to come out in a 3-4 front. They like to roll their outside linebackers up close to the line of scrimmage. You're going to see a lot of dime packages in their secondary. They usually are 2 high safeties. But the thing is, if we can establish the running game like we intend to do each week, get that thing rolling, they're probably going to have to make some adjustments in that type of setting, because I think we'll have our way with their front seven. And if we can get the ball rolling and get people off the football and stuff like that. Obviously, we want to be able to give them a heavy dose of Bryce Hillers, Connor Ellenson, Aaron Davis, Colton Stibbe, whoever's back there. Just if we can bring it, and I know Coach Troxel, pound the rock is kind of his theme, and that's been our theme of our offensive line, and we really want to get that going. And speaking of the offensive line, those hogs are pretty important.
They kind of become the key when you're talking about, the offense getting rolling. If you're a football team that's a big run team, you've got to have those holes open up on the offense. You've got to be able to make those wedges open, get those gaps widened out. And what we've seen so far, and I would say that it's true probably almost every time that we run a play, if you get Ellenson or Hillers in space, they're gone.
Yep.
I mean, they just know where to find that seam, and they can explode into it. And if they get that space to go, it's hard pressed to try and catch those guys. With Trent Forehand as the center, last week there was kind of some miscommunications between him and Ellenson with snaps every once in a while. I think we had about 4 of them that were bad snaps.
Sure.
And he had that little bit of an injury, that ankle injury, comes back in and started to really establish. It seemed like actually after that injury, it was kind of that rallying cry almost.
Sure.
They're saying, all right, let's rally behind our center and let's get this thing down the field.
Yeah, speaking of Trent, he did end up bouncing back from that injury and having a nice ball game. He ended up being one of the 3 recipients of the Gary Schwartz Award for last week's performance, along with Bryce Hillers and Alec McDonald. And, of course, each week Coach Schwartz picks his 2 or 3 players that stand out and make an impact in that particular win or game. So it was kind of nice to see those 3 get recognized.
Yeah, it was kind of a diverse group,
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a center, you've got a DB, and you've got a running back. And so kind of seeing that's, and the icing on top, obviously, it's a win at Prairie.
Yep.
That's something that hasn't happened since 2005. So that's a big thing. So getting all 3 aspects, essentially, of the game going with each of those 3 players, that's pretty awesome. Alec gets that huge pick in the end zone that kind of seals the deal. Hey, Matt, we lost volume. We got nothing. Check 1. Check 1. There we go. Sorry, folks, we lost you there for just a second. Saying Alec McDonald, I'm getting that pick in the end zone. That seals the deal. That gets us that 13-7 victory, which is amazing. That's awesome. That OT victory, there's some victories that are sweeter than others, Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
You know all about this, being a former coach for this team. Bryce had another big game. He of the 13 points that we put on the scoreboard, they all came out of his legs.
Yeah.
And I mean that in all aspects,
In
whether
every
he's running
aspect.
or kicking. Yeah. Yep. So congrats to all 3 of them.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'd like to give out a 4th award if I could get
I'll let you.
Coach Schwartz to give
let me
out
check
another
with
award.
Schwartz.
And that would be to our 12th man. It was really interesting. In Prairie du Chien, the way it's set up, your visiting crowd is split by the crow's nest. So you got half your crowd on one side that you don't even see. Half the crowd was right on top of us, and they were loud.
Very loud.
I saw a lot of high school kids there, a lot of volleyball players, and they were loud. And they made an impact. And then the real sweet part of it was when the game was in hand and everybody was celebrating, the Prairie crowd was pretty much gone, and ours, not one person had left. So it was really sweet, and we literally were chased off by the lights being turned off. So that was kind of interesting.
I was going to mention that too, Jerry.
We were there to savor in the victory because it had been a while, and so we want to make sure that we celebrated it in good fashion.
Yeah, give a big shout out to that 12th man, all those fans. And even tonight, Jerry, with the conditions not being the greatest, I saw plenty of wet bleacher seats out there.
Oh, yeah.
And folks are still coming out. They want to come out here and support that team. So awesome atmosphere that we have with that. Very neat feeling afterwards. When you get to savor some things like that, I mean, that it kind of gives you the goosebumps almost a little bit.
It does.
So having that after the game celebration, what a blast. Tonight, if we're going to do that again, we got to establish that defensive line. This is a spread team, 4 and 5 receiver packages. Check 1. There we go. Keep your eye out for number 7. He's going to be kind of their key receiver. I'm going to grab a program
Is
here.
that Parman?
Even off when I'm not hearing it? Okay. Sorry, we're having just a little bit of a clippage here or whatnot. So number 7, I'm going to grab, Jerry, I'm going to grab that real quick. Go ahead and keep these guys going.
Yep. Yeah, so as you mentioned, we're going to get spread out. We're going to get tested through the air tonight. So I think the big thing is we're probably going to mix up some coverages, try to get pressure, especially from the backside on their quarterback as much as possible. And then we got to tackle. We just have to flat out tackle. We have, they're going to throw a lot of short underneath routes, and you just can't let people run up the field. You got to make sure you wrap up and tackle. That run after the catch statistic, we want to keep that to a small number.
Yeah, definitely for them. Sometimes the best offense is good, or best defense is a good offense. So we're going to get the ball. You saw them kicking off. Fogo got kind of pinned down there a little bit. Folks, the field conditions tonight are not your adequate field conditions. It's a little slick out there, a little slippery.
We had that system came through a couple hours ago. It's just starting to finish up, I think. So I don't think we're going to get anything in the air, but the surfaces are slick.
Absolutely. All right, so Hornets going to take over on offense. You got Davis to the right of Ellenson, and Hiller's behind him. Fogo's going to be in motion. Again, you kind of see that little slipperiness, and Ellenson can't get out of there. Yeah, we're telling you, folks, that field is the cleats better be cleaned up tonight.
Yeah, so he tried to make a cut, didn't work out for him very well this time, and looked like he lost a couple yards.
Lost it, too. So that might be some sort of recurring factor that we come back to tonight in tonight's broadcast is, kind of seeing what happens with that field conditions. And as the conditions or as the game goes on, you're going to probably see the middle of that field maybe getting a little chunky. All right, so 2nd and 12. Ellenson in the shotgun. He's going to come back to pass, looking for Fogo on the outside. There's the ball. Catch by Fogo, and he's running folks over. Really close to the first down.
He's right at the yard marker.
Pretty darn close here. We're going to have to see where they spot it.
A lot of it will be on the spot on this one. It's going to be really close.
Yeah, very, very close. Let's see where they spot this. It's looking like
maybe just a little bit short.
Yeah, just shy of first down. So that'll be about 3rd and about an inch and a half. I think you slide a 2x4 in there, Jerry, and that's about it.
I think so.
All right, so Hornets come back up to the line. Looks like Hiller's in the backfield. I think that's Fogo in the backfield with him as well. And I think that was going to be Ellenson on the keeper. Nope, that's Stibbe. Nope, Aaron Davis. My apologies, Aaron Davis. And he lost a few on that. Glarus Monticello saw that one coming. All right, so 4th and 3 punting unit's going to come on. So again, folks, one of the things that we kind of opened up with tonight was if we can establish that offense, get that offense rolling. We know our defense is going to be stout, so on and so forth, but really starting to establish that defense. So it's going to look like after a 3 and out, Hillers is going to come up here with a punt. And, oh, no, he's going to keep it. He's going to try and get that first down. Here he goes. There he goes.
There he goes, yep.
Again, open field, open field. He is dangerous in the open field. You give him an opportunity like that, and if you're New Glarus Monticello, you got to respect the kick.
Yeah.
He's got a heck of a leg on him.
We've seen it a couple times already this year.
Yep.
Where he's done that, pull it down and run it. He is a dual threat. He's obviously a great running back and a great punter. So what do you do with it? Looked like New Glarus Monticello was in return mode, and
we took advantage.
Didn't account for him.
All right, Ellenson gets a shotgun snap, looking to pass it. He's going over the top, looking to Bosworth. There's a reception, and Bosworth gets tackled just before the 40-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 41. 1st and 10 Hornets on a nice reception by Sam Bosworth.
That was about that looks like 22-yard pass reception.
Yep,
nice little pitch and catch. Boy, you like to see that.
Connor threw a nice ball.
And he did. He kind of put that ball out in front of Sam. The defender was behind him, put it right where he needed to get it, reaches his arms out, grabs that thing. Nice gain for that for a first down. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 41. Hornets are on the move.
A little bit of success through the air will go a long ways. It'll open up that running game.
Absolutely it will. Davis in front of Hillers here. Ellenson under center. It's going to go to Hillers. He's finding the seam. Nice little run. Gain of about 4 on that one.
Yep, cut it right up back through the 5-hole there.
Yep.
He likes to bounce it to the outside. I'm glad he wanted to cut that one up in there because a lot of times there's stuff in there. That's where the blocking scheme is designed for. And
Right.
sometimes you get to the outside too much, and a lot of times that's where your skilled athletes are at too. And most of them can tackle pretty decent.
You bet. Yeah, we've seen that over
seen
these
it in a lot of games.
past few games.
Dells
You bet. And they're keying in on that. They know that Hillers is an outside runner. So
Yep.
see what happens here. Ellenson in the shotgun. Going to pass again right over.
Ooh, there it is.
Ooh.
Nice.
Looking for Lewis. Threw it out there just a little bit in front of him. Lewis was covered pretty well, but if Ellenson shortens up that throw just a touch, I think you're going to see a nice reception for a first down.
He let him just a little bit too much, but one thing I do like, it was nice and low. You know, you throw over the middle like that, a nice low pass, make Brock go get it. Obviously, he let him just a little bit too much.
Yep.
But make him go get it because nobody else is going to get that ball except Brock.
That's the spot you want it to go.
You throw over the middle and you throw it high, bad things happen.
Yeah. And we've seen that happen to our benefit every once in a while as well.
Yep.
All right, so one receiver to the right, that's Bosworth. One to the left. Hiller's going to try and take it up the middle, and New Glarus is there. First contact made by Jackson Eiler, number 21.
Number 7 was in on that play, too. Is that Parman?
Yeah, that's at Parman. Yep, he's their stud receiver. They like to target him a lot. All right, so we're going to try a field goal here. We're looking at about a...
Looks like that's set at the 43-yard line, so this will be a 53-yarder.
53-yarder. And they're going to bring the receiver up. And
he didn't quite get all that one.
Just didn't get underneath that one far enough.
But again, crosses the goal line.
Just like a touchback.
Just like a touchback, just like a punt. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for the New Glarus Monticello Garner Knights.
So, Jerry, we're going to have to put this out there to the folks, maybe in New Glarus. You got to help us out. What's a Glarner night? We know what a night is, but we got to figure out what a Glarner night is. So if anybody's out there from New Glarus that's watching our live stream, if you could fill us in, we'd really appreciate it.
The Glarner Knights take over at their own 20-yard line.
All right. Hey, don't forget, folks, too, if you're at home watching this, make sure you chime in on the live chat. Hornets up there in the defensive stance. Glarus going to try up the middle, and initially,
Connor Ellenson on the tackle.
Yeah, Bryson Clarkson had a hand on the kid, slowed him up. Connor Ellenson comes in and clean up the mess. Gain of about 3 or 4 in that one. I shouldn't say, well, he's a little bit old. Our former announcer, Leif Carlson, in here, calling the plays tonight. Corey Thompson out of state. So Leif was gracious enough to come on back in and call the plays for us. Good to hear that voice again on the loudspeaker.
Yes, it is. It really is.
Miss Corey, but hey, nice to hear Leif Carlson. New Glarus in the shotgun form. They're going to swing it to the outside of their back, and he's going to
Ellenson again on the tackle.
Ellenson on the tackle. That was number 34, Nate Brandes, on that reception and run.
A little bit of an assist from Nate Fogle, too.
Yep.
1st and 10, New Glarus
Looks
Monticello.
like they picked up just enough. Just enough for the first down. Initially, Jerry, I thought he was maybe a little bit short of that.
It looked like it.
That marker, yeah, but.
Yeah, trips to the left, single receiver right.
Shotgun formation, one backer. And they're going to go with a run, and holy cow. Keeper. Oh, no, that's a keeper.
And he's going to get outside.
There he goes. He's got wheels. Somebody better get down there. And it's going to be Sam Bosworth that's going to try and have to get this kid. And he knocks him out of bounds.
Out of bounds at about the 5.
That's quarterback Matt Marty, 6 foot 155 sophomore. Heck of a gallop. Jerry, he waited to the exact last second that he needed to pull that back out of his back's hands, and it worked out well for him. Big gain.
Yep, he got out there on the left side and then cut it back against the grain and got to that sideline. And
that's a 50-plus yard gain on that one.
52
yards.
All the defensive flow was this way, and he got to that side of the field. There was nobody left.
All right, so 1st and goal from the 8. Hornet defense has got to stiffen up here. Same formation except trips on the right side instead of the left, and they're going to go with that backer again. That's number 34, Nate Brandes.
Tackled by Perkins. Teague Perkins on the play.
Looked like maybe Brock Lewis got in that a little bit as well. A little bit of a gain there, a gain of about 2 or 3 there. Looks like New Glarus Monticello sitting at the 5.
2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line.
2 receivers to the right, one to the left, tight end on the left-hand side. backers just to the right of the QB.
The back just moved.
Yep, so that'll back him up just a little bit.
Yep. Illegal procedure on the tailback.
That's number 34, Brandis.
False start. 5-yard penalty. Ball is placed at the 10-yard line. Second and goal from the 10.
Thanks for those of you that are chiming in saying that you can hear everything that's going on. Appreciate that. Tracy Peterson, Victoria Ritten. Thanks you guys for that. Ruth Forehand from Chippewa Falls again. Nice job. The Klingeman clan from Blackhawk Lake Campground tuning into the game. Here comes the shotgun snap.
Well,
They
they're
get
bringing
pressure.
the house.
Oh, boy, is that nice.
They brought the house that
Holy cow, that was Brock Lewis. And I
Deshaun
believe
Lee.
Deshaun Lee, and I believe that was also, I think that was Cole Brenninger, number 22 in on the
time.
tackle.
Teague Perkins. I mean, it was like
Holy
the whole,
smokes.
whole bunch of guys.
Whew.
Brock Lewis
Wow. Yeah, that was the house.
and Cole Bellinger on the sack.
Wowie. That was a loss of about 10 yards, Jerry.
Third down and goal from the 19.
All right, third and
Pretty
goal from the
close.
19.
Again, keep it in front, tackle. You know,
Yeah.
if they throw underneath, you got to get into their legs and bring them down. Don't be.
And don't let anything get behind you.
Yep. Do not let people get behind
It's
you.
a good tight coverage. Brandis is just to the left of the quarterback, Marty. He's coming back to pass. Lewis is trying to come in for that, and he's going to incomplete pass. He was aiming for Milbauer, I believe. Aiming for number 17,
So that'll
Milbauer.
make it fourth and goal from the 19.
And Jerry, kicking game again for these folks for New Glarus, Monticello.
Not looking.
I don't think they have much of one.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it looks like
doesn't
they're
look
going to try and go
bringing-
for something here,
They're setting up some type of play. He's going to call timeout, maybe.
most likely. No, they're going to try and bring something in here. All right, let's see what happens here. 4:40 left on the clock in our first quarter here. On a brisk and a little bit blustery and wet, damp Friday night. Football weather, Jerry.
Yeah, it is.
Shotgun snap to Marty. Here comes the pressure on Teager. That should have
there's
been a
a
hole,
ball.
but here it comes. Ball's loose. Brock Lewis on the tackle. Picked up by
Recovered
Aaron
by
Davis.
Aaron Davis, yep.
Wow. So, Jerry, we talked
That's-
at the onset, Coach Darling's defense. One thing I didn't mention, and I wanted to let you folks know at home, I was talking with Coach Troxel a little bit earlier this week, kind of picking his brain. What do you expect for the game, so on and so forth. And he let me in just a little nugget. He said, Coach Darling is trying to pitch a shutout tonight. I said,
Well,
all right.
That's a good way to start, right
That's the way to do it right here.
Tell you what, that big run by their quarterback, that wasn't a good feeling, but wow, what an answer.
You bet.
What an answer. Now we've got 1st and 10 at our own 23-yard line. Let's see if we can put this together here.
That bend and break mentality, sticking true to the defense again. Ellenson back for the pass, coming over the top to Fogo once more. He's got a tackler on him. He's going to gain about 5 or 6 maybe on that one. Tackled by number 18, Reed Ryder. He's a 5'9", 145 senior.
Yeah, I'm liking this. You know, we're throwing those underneath routes, high percentage passes, making some connections, moving the ball. And again, they're going to have to honor that, and that's going to pull them out of that middle when we decide to start attacking
Right.
with the run.
Right. Yeah, everything, again, Jerry, as you're saying, if you can kind of, run those, just running that succession of offensive plays, getting you some first downs, giving you some momentum, working yourself down the field. Boy, you string enough of those together, changes the momentum of a game.
It does.
Here comes Deshaun Lee around the other side, and boy, they had that sniffed out big time. Wow. There's Dane Walter, outside linebacker, 6'8", 250. 6'8", 250. That's a big boy.
That's a big boy.
He's a senior, and I think Deshaun Lee felt all of that.
I think he just felt like he just ran into a wall.
Wow. Yeah, they sniffed that out right away. And
Yeah, and you know what the thing is, anything where you're trying to run east-west like that, if they get penetration, that usually blows it up.
yeah, it's tough.
They got a lot of penetration on that play.
They sure did. Loss of about 5 on that one.
Yeah, that man's a big man.
Yeah, 6'8", 250, not something to just wink your eye at. Here comes the pass. Ellenson trying to look to the right. He's rolling that way. He's going to try and get rid of it. Down the field. Ooh, a little too high. Aiming, I think, for Fogo, but you had both Fogo underneath and Lewis over top of him a little bit. And he was just kind of running into some pressure. He had a hard time, kind of getting rid of that ball, getting set up, firing it down the field in a nice, easy stride.
Yeah, also, there was pressure and tough for a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left.
Yep.
He's got to set his feet and throw,
Yeah.
especially in that situation. So that's a tough throw, and it wasn't really open. It was pretty well covered.
Yeah, they had some good coverage down there. At least one guy on each of those receivers on both Lewis and Fogo. Nice kick here by end over end by Hillers, and bad thing is it's going to end up out of bounds. But not a bad kick at all. We kicked from our, I think it was about our 18-yard line. Hillers gets it down to the New Glarus Monticello 42. 46-yard punt.
New Glarus Monticello takes over at their own 42-yard line.
So defense once again back on the field. Again, Jerry, kind of sounded like that.
I know it.
Like that broken record. We just, I don't know, maybe you folks are picking up the tone of our voices at home or whatever, but boy, it just, if we could just get that offensive series going. It seems like once we get an offensive series going, everything else starts to fall into place as well. Shotgun snap, pressure. He's going to try. No, he's going to eat it. Nice job. Oh, it's out. Here we go. He's not down. Nate Fogo with a scoop and score, baby. Woo!
Oh, they're going to call him down.
Boy, I don't know if he was down by the time Ellenson ripped that ball out. Connor Ellenson slipped that ball out before that kid made it to the ground. I got to tell you, that looked like a scoop and score to me.
That looks like it to me too. I'm not sure that's a pretty quick whistle. If not,
yeah, we're looking at a conference. Officials conference down here. Of course, just about everybody in the Hornet sideline has their hands up.
Yeah, we're not biased at all.
No. I just looked at the cheerleaders. They just put their hands up too for a score.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
Yeah,
again, here's the negative of it all. If he is calling it dead,
they get the ball
still
back.
their ball.
Yeah.
So it's not even a turnover. That
Right.
ball got stripped out nice and picked up and pick six off the fumble recovery from Nate Fogo.
We're going to see what happens
Knocked
here.
loose by Connor Ellenson.
And he's conferring with the New Glarus Monticello team right now, the head umpire. And it looks like we were going to have. Oh, man. Nope, they're going to blow the play dead.
And they're going to Hornet ball.
But they're going to call it Hornet ball?
Hornet ball.
Well, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am not sure about that one, but yeah. That's
better.
better than
better than New Glarus ball. But was Ellenson on the ground? Maybe. I'm wondering if that's maybe the case.
There must have been a whistle, and again, we're quite a ways away from the field.
Right.
There must have been a whistle that blew that dead, because otherwise, I'm sure he would have been able to advance that.
Right.
There must have been a whistle, and I get that. If somebody was down or an arm or a leg was down.
Fogo in motion, coming across to him. No, it's going to go to Hillers. He's going to try to bounce the outside. One tackler tries. Here he goes.
Ooh,
there we go.
Nice hard run.
Nice north and south run. Looks like number 60, Davis Donka.
I'll tell you what, that kid that's 6'8", 250 gets down the line of scrimmage pretty well too.
Kind of reminds you of a little bit of a Butke from Broadhead Judah.
Good
grief.
He's a big kid, and he got down that line pretty quick to cut that off.
Yeah, pretty athletic kid there.
So we picked up 8 on that. Nice run by Bryce. Broke that tackle that would have resulted in a loss.
Absolutely.
And got 8 positive yards out of it.
All right, so we got Lewis and Fogo to the top of your screen, Bosworth to the bottom of your screen, Davis to the right of Ellenson, who's in the shotgun snap, and Hiller's behind him. He's looking to throw it.
Oh, he's got it. Ooh, a little
underthrow.
Ooh,
and it's Brock Lewis, and he's in for the touchdown, baby.
Way to stay with it. That ball got jarred loose at first, and he hung on to it.
Concentration.
Big time concentration. Pulled it in.
There it is.
Found the end zone. Touchdown Brock Lewis. Touchdown Hornets.
All right.
That's more like it.
Jerry, we're looking for good things to happen from here on out. That's our first. You start to hit the hammer or hit the nail on the head with a hammer. That's the first hit. That's a first hit. Boy, the concentration by Brock Lewis.
Yep, and check out the clock. It's 1:46 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
That's
our first.
That's unusual for us, which is great. We're coming out strong right off the bat. That's what we need to do.
Low snap. Hillers gets underneath, and extra point is good.
Yep.
Listen to this crowd out there, folks.
Kicked it halfway to the Mississippi River.
Yeah, you know what else we're hearing? There's that band.
There's
that band. You bet. Huge shout out to the high school band, Hornet High School band, led by Jeffrey Behrens, out here. Give us a intro. They were doing the national anthem for us. They're also going to have a halftime show for us, Jerry.
146 in the first quarter, 7-0 Hornets. That sounds good. That's a sweet sound, and way to make that turnover pay. That was a big-time play by Connor Ellenson to strip that ball out. Hornets recovered, and we went right for the throat right away.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to have that kind of, again, that run from their quarterback. That was a 52-yard run or whatever he had down the other side. We stop them. They had a penalty on themselves, right? We stop them. Had that big sack, so on and so forth. Gets us the ball back. We turn it over, but right back into that. We're right back into that swing of things, having our kind of throwing our hat on the defense, getting that ball back, and here we go, 7-0.
Again, when you're defensive oriented, which I would say we are. I mean, that's not a bad thing.
No,
field position's huge when you're a defensive oriented team,
right?
And that plays into the kicking game and punting game, and we've got one of the best. So it all plays hand in hand. Good special teams. It is a field position game, and we used the punt to get the field position, and then the turnover. So here's Bryce Hillers with the second kickoff of the night.
It's a roller.
They're going to let it go into the end zone.
Going in the end zone. Folks, let us know.
Our first kickoff of the night, but they're for the second overall.
If you guys can still see the live stream, if somebody can throw in, you're good. Okay. All right. Must just be mine. All right. So never mind on that. It looks like we're all right. Technical difficulties on the Chambers phone.
You bet. So I'm just checking here.
There we are. Here we go, Jerry. 124 viewers.
Wow.
124, folks. Nice job. Way to get in there. Way to check in with us. Appreciate that stuff.
Handoff to the running back.
Right
Brought down on the play right away by Teague Perkins and Brock Lewis.
Brandis again on the carry. Gain of maybe got a little bit, about a yard.
Nate Brandis with the carry. Tackled by Brock Lewis.
These guys like to air it out. We haven't seen a lot out of them yet that way. They've pretty much gotten everything they've gotten through on the ground.
Yeah, they've been well, and with the conditions tonight too, Jerry, that may have a little something to do with it, but they are definitely a pass-oriented team. They're a spread offense, and you're going to see it right now. He's rolling out.
Got crossing. Got crossing routes. You just threw that away.
Yeah.
See it, and we talked about it in the onset about getting a late flag.
Oh man, that came in really late.
Like roughing the passer, maybe.
I mean, like really late. That was Aaron Davis in the backfield, or maybe it was that might have been Cole Brenninger. I can't see.
It looks like roughing the passer.
Yep, that's what they're gonna call it. But boy, Jerry, that flag came in really late. Yep. I was kind of watching that as it was developing, and nothing happened. The pass got out there, it fell short, and then all of a sudden I look back and laundry on the ground. So that's going to be a penalty from the from the line of scrimmage, spot of the foul. From the spot of the foul, it looks like. 10-yard penalty from that.
Yeah, what New Glarus Monticello did on that last play in the receiving core, they had their two slot receivers run crossing routes over the middle, and he actually had the one on the ball side open, but because he was on his back, the result of this penalty, he threw it over to the sideline. So looks like they're going to come out with trips right on this one.
So hang on here, Jerry. They're way back. Did I miss something with their offsetting penalties? Maybe I missed something here. Oh, they're calling intentional grounding.
Okay, I missed the signal. I'm sorry.
Good thing our camera crew is keeping us honest. All right, trips to the right. They're going to hand it up the middle to Brandis. Oh, he's got some room. Brought down by Dyshon Lee and Nate Fogo, it looks like.
So with grounding, that's a loss of down, too.
Right. So that's going to bring up fourth down, I believe.
All right, it didn't make sense. Yeah. Roughing the passer and going that direction did not make sense.
That's kind of what I was confused about a little bit, too. Hey, maybe we should get a rule sheet up here.
Well, with the guy laying on the ground with Brenninger laying on top of him, it just looked like an obvious call. But and I didn't think he roughed him, but
I didn't think so either.
After last week, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, we saw enough of that.
Oh
at Prairie
boy!
All right, so here we go. Fourth down, punting at their own goal line.
Here comes the kick. Kind of
a low short kick.
End over end, and that's going to sail out of bounds.
Ooh,
man, that's not a boy. And they kind of gave him a good spot, to be honest with you, Jerry. Now they're marking it off. I was going to say, I was wondering where that was going to go, and it looks like at about the 26.
Wow, we'll take that.
Absolutely.
We will take that. Now we got to capitalize here.
I think actually our 26, that was a 26-yard pass from Ellenson to Lewis in that last offensive series.
Okay, so obviously we like this part of the field. 18 seconds to go in the quarter, so we might not score on this end zone. We might have to score in the north end zone this time. But maybe we'll punch it in right away. Never say never.
Absolutely.
We do like it from the 26.
We'll take it from here. All right, so here we go. Looking for some plays coming in. Okay, here we go. Plays coming in. Bosworth to the bottom of your screen. Looks like Lewis to the top. You got I formation, Davis, and Hiller's behind him. Ellenson's going to be under center. Here comes the snap. And it's going to be a pitch around to the outside with Brock Lewis. Oh, he's got a lane, baby. He's got a lane, and there he is. 2 touchdowns. Brock Lewis.
Brock Lewis, this is your quarter, buddy.
Hey, I got to tell you what, Jerry, there's still 9 seconds left on the clock.
What a call. What a great call by Coach Troxel.
Wow.
And what a great play. What a great run by Brock Lewis for his second score
of the first quarter.
And lot more ahead, Brock.
1 receiving, 1 running. That kid's got wheels. Man, that kid's got wheels.
Did you see him accelerate when he turned the corner?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like,
turn on the turbos.
I see the end zone, and nothing's keeping me out.
Yeah. Hiller's at the point after. Up and good. So, 14-0.
That's how you start the game.
How about that?
More like it.
So we were talking about an offensive start. This is what we like. Hey, let's see if we get the cheerleaders to work out tonight. So far they're going to have to do another 14 kicks. We're all right with that, ladies. Have at it. Again, we got a full squad of cheerleaders out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 of them. 11 cheerleaders.
These guys must have read our script. I mean, really, we talk about how we typically we start slow. We'd like to put 4 good quarters together tonight. Hey, we're on our way.
Yep.
None of this slow starting stuff. We're off to a great start here, and I think they're just going to build on this.
Jerry, I think they're making us eat our words at the beginning of the game.
I like
we were
that.
kind of thinking. I don't mind it a darn bit either, bud. All right. So the Hornets are going to kick off. Bryce Hiller's second kickoff of the first quarter.
Yes.
Boy, that's got a sweet sound to it, doesn't it? Second kickoff of the first quarter. There's all 11 of those ladies lining up, getting ready to do the kick. All right. Can't quite tell. Looks like Milbauer. I'm sorry. Yeah, Milbauer. It's a low liner. And it's going to be Milbauer to try to pick it up.
Having a tough time handling it.
And then Ryder's back there with him, but
nice coverage.
And he did, to be honest with you, Jerry, you know, for something that came in kind of ugly like that, he made a pretty darn good return on that.
Looked like maybe Trevin Thielman on the tackle.
I couldn't quite, or Ryan Chambers maybe.
Chambers was over there. Thielman, yeah, that's good coverage, you guys.
Nice work. Trevin Thielman on the tackle.
Really good coverage. They're starting inside their 20. We'll take that every time.
You can hear the student section down there leading some cheers. Like to see that. All right, so New Glarus is coming out with a stack receiver right, stack receiver left. Single back in the backfield with the quarterback. That's Marty. Gets the snap, drops back. Brenninger's looking to go pressure, and it is a nice little screen. That's 34. That's Brandis. And he's going to make it out of bounds. Pursuit by, I think that was Colton Stivey on the pursuit. Yep. So that pursuit by Cole Brenninger to get in the backfield backed him up, but they had that screen drawn up.
Yep.
Perfect play for that kind of defense.
And that's exactly what you do as a quarterback.
Yeah.
You just keep backing and backing and backing.
Draw them in.
Let things take as many people out of the play as you can and then hit that screen. It was a little bit of a screen right. First quarter's over. 14-0 Hornets. Tonight's sponsor, Schreiber Foods.
Schreiber Foods. We're going to hear a commercial from them here in just a second. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with second quarter of your Richland Center Hornet football. Schreiber Foods, our sponsor of the game. big shout out to those folks. Thanks for doing that for us. Again, Jerry, it's every week. We can't do this stuff without those folks, without
Absolutely.
those sponsors. So we
That's
really appreciate what you folks are doing for us.
Huge. Thank you so much, Schreiber Foods. And I tell you what, I just got such a good feeling because it seems like all year, the second quarter, we've kind of owned it.
Right.
And hopefully we can do that again tonight.
Yeah.
Because we can add on to this lead we've already got.
Yeah, keep that trend going.
Yeah.
All right, so 3 receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Shotgun formation for Marty. Gets a snap. He's going to hand it off to Brandis right at the middle. And that's Teague
Stopped.
Perkins. And Colton Stibbe in on the stop. Boy, the both of them got right in there. Slid right into that. So the last time, Jerry, that they tried to run that play with the trips and then the single receiver to the other side, that's when Marty got that large gain. He held onto the ball, got it to the outside, and made that large gain. This time, Perkins and Stibbe in there combining for the tackle. All right, 2 receivers to the right. 2 receivers to the left as well. Shotgun formation again to Marty. Brandis off to his left. In motion. And they're going to try and hand it off to – oh, my
there's
goodness.
Brock Lewis. There's Brock Lewis.
He smelled that one, baby.
Yeah.
Brock Lewis in there with a
Holy
pile
cow.
drive. He just labeled that kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
I tell you what, we're early in the game, and he's already a pretty good candidate for a Gary Schwartz Award, I think.
I think you might be right. Maybe we can influence Schwartz over here a little. Let me look around the yeah, we'll talk to him at halftime.
He's really having a ball game. Wow.
He is. He's got the Jets turned on tonight, man. Ellenson back deep for the reception. And I can't quite tell the number of the kid that's punting right now. Let's see what happens. Here's a snap, kind of a high snap. Oh, and just an absolutely ugly kick. Get out of the way. And
Get
it's
away
gonna,
from it.
Yeah, just get away from it. Wow.
They're going to down it at the 33-yard line.
It looked like it went off the end of his toe backwards.
1st and 10 Hornets at the New Glarus Monticello 33-yard line. I'll tell you what, we talk about field position.
No kidding, Jerry.
Holy cow, we had some good field position these last, now it'll be 3 drives.
Yeah.
Here. So, and we've capitalized on the first 2. Man, you
Keep
you
that
can,
trend going.
You can really break somebody's back if you score right here.
Yeah. Jerry, okay, a little bit of trivia for you because I don't know, you've been around the Richland Center football program a little bit longer than I have, obviously. When's the last time we've had a running clock on somebody else?
Boy, that's a good question. I don't know.
Is that a Theed question?
That might be.
That might be a Theed
and
question.
He's in the booth. So
he's
we
in the
might have
booth
to
with
ask
us
him.
tonight. Aaron Davis with a carry. He's going to get a few there.
To my recollection, it would maybe have been at Dodgeville about 2011.
Okay.
That I remember. We kind of put a hurting on them that night, and
Okay.
yeah.
So 2011, you're looking at about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying it hasn't happened
Right.
sooner than that or more recently than that, but that's the last one I can recall that I think we really put a hurting on them. And it was just everything kind of clicked that night for us, and it was at Dodgeville. So
not trying to get cocky or anything, folks.
No,
I'm just
not
kind
at
of
all.
thinking, the way that this is going, we're up 14-0 right now. We got about 9:15 left in the clock in the second quarter. Boy, it'd be nice to have that, though. Oh, Hillers is going to get swamped.
Yep.
Now,
Hang
why
on,
aren't they
hang on to
calling
that
that one
football.
dead?
Hang on to that football.
Yep. So where are they going to mark him for forward progress? Let's see where they put the ball. Yeah, they snuffed that one out. And Eiler, it looks like, on that on that tackle.
Loss of 4 yards. 3rd down and 12.
Eiler is 6'3", 175, junior. Pretty good-sized kid in his own right. All right, so 3rd and 11. Maybe we talked it up a little bit too soon, Jerry.
Yeah, I don't.
Darn it.
But I mean, as far as I just like to keep our momentum going, and
exactly.
And a score right here. I mean, where you really make field position hurt.
Right.
And that's all been set up by our defense and by our special teams.
Yeah. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Oh, now we got a flag.
Play is dead, which tells you it's probably something on the offense.
Yep. False start.
False start, yep.
And I'm not sure who it was on, but maybe we just didn't get set in enough time, Jerry. I'm not sure.
Some type of motion that the side judge noticed on that.
On the far side
on that
there,
far
yep.
side judge caught that right away.
Yep.
So 3rd and even longer for the Hornets. We're
3rd and 16.
moving backwards. And
not the direction we want to go.
No.
5-yard penalty for
8:16 on the clock and counting. Second quarter. Hornets need 16 yards for the first down.
3rd down, 17 yards to gain.
Power back formation. You've got Davis to the left, Hillers behind him, 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. It's Clarkson to the bottom. Here comes the pass. And
He's
there
got-
it is.
he's got it out there.
Oh,
Just-
man, oh, man.
Just overshot.
Just
it.
overshot Sam Bosworth just a little bit.
Ball's incomplete.
Darn it.
So we get the ball at the 40, probably going to punt or kick. Yeah.
So you're looking at probably what yeah, we're going to punt. I was going to say that's a heck of a field goal if he
Yeah.
attempts that one.
Yards to gain.
All right, so Hiller's back in punt formation. See what happens here.
I have a feeling
comes
they'll,
the snap.
they'll play him a little more honestly, too.
And there's the kick. Watch out,
Kind of
boys. Watch where that ball's at. Get on that thing.
Kind of
There
use
you
a little
go.
pooch punt there inside the 20. Down,
down
to
to about
16.
Yep.
Again, we're playing that field position game.
Yeah.
And it's working out really well so far for us.
I think net punting yards advantage Richland Center so far.
Yeah. No doubt.
Maybe a little bit.
No doubt. I mean, yeah. So
That New Glarus
again,
punters had a little bit of hard luck tonight.
the special teams are definitely winning that war, and
You bet.
and our defense is, they're setting the table for the offense, and
Yeah.
that's what you want. So let's get another stop right here.
Yep. Again, that field position game that we've been talking about. Stacked receivers to the right, one receiver to the left-hand side. Brandis to the right of Marty, the QB, in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. He's looking to pass to the left side. He's going to get pressure. He's coming up the middle, and it's
There's
Teague
Teague
Perkins. Teague Perkins got blocked and then got into the tackle and took that kid down. My goodness.
Yep.
Whew.
Just a reminder, he's a sophomore too.
Yeah, just to let you folks know.
Yeah, he doesn't play like one. That's for
No.
sure.
Loss of 7 on that play.
The loss of 6 yards.
Okay. Carlson says 6. I said 7. He's the math teacher. I'll let him take care of the numbers. All right. So second and about 17 yards ago from the 5-yard line. No, I'm sorry, from the 10. My apologies, folks. Brandis on the other side now of Marty. 2 receivers at the top of your screen, 2 receivers at the bottom. He's looking to pass again. Look for that screen, and here it is. That's where they found their success because we want to rush into that backfield. Looks like Dyshawn Lee and Aaron Davis on the tackle on that. That was caught by Brandis, the running back.
Yeah, and that's typically speaking, that's a defensive lineman's read. As soon as you feel yourself
Getting released.
you got to be screaming, screen, and somebody's got to drop, but you got to communicate to your other players. They've had 2 big plays on that now.
Another passing opportunity. Come on, Clarkson. Ooh, nice tackle.
He just got peppered.
He did.
That was a nice
And
hit. Was that Ellenson?
Ellenson, I think, on the hit. Yes. Jim Leonard finalist award, or a finalist, I shouldn't say, Jim Leonard Award finalist. There, I'll get it right. In Connor Ellenson. And then Bryce Hillers, Kevin Stemke Award finalist right now, as well as the John Anderson Award finalist in Bryson Clarkson. Defense kind of putting on our display tonight as
Yeah, we
well.
are. 2nd and 10.
6:45 on the clock. New Glarus sitting right on the 30-yard line. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Brandis to the left of Marty. Shotgun formation again. Hands are up. Oh! Sam Bosworth was looking to grab that one.
I'll tell you, the real key so far has been the pressure we've been able to put on this
Yeah.
kid. And I believe he's a sophomore. He's got a nice little arm on him, but he's probably not used to having this much pressure in his
Right.
face.
Yep, he is a sophomore. Looking at, let's see if I can find here. Where are we at here? 6 foot 155 sophomore.
Yeah, he's a nice player. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, very good wheels. You saw him on that quarterback keeper that almost went to the house, and he's got a nice arm. Right now he's really dealing with pressure every play. Coach Downing's got the pressure dialed up here.
Yeah, he does.
Look, bringing it backside here again.
And there's their stud.
There's your receiver, Parman.
Yep.
Going to be close to a first down, but
Yeah,
short.
just short, maybe about a yard or 2.
4th down.
Complete to Jackson Harmon.
Is it 3rd or 4th?
I think it should be 4th down. Hasn't.
7 yards.
Yep, there we go. There's a
4th down.
down
So
counter getting flipped.
decision time for the New Glarus Monticello coaching staff.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to probably go for it.
4th and 3.
4th and 3, not quite to midfield. the ball game's pretty much been played in this end of the field for us, and boy, it'd be nice to get another stop right here. I'd be heads up for another screen too.
Yeah, that's been their bread and butter.
It's a good counter. For,
oh, there we go.
There we go. Brock
Holy
Lewis.
cow!
Brock Lewis and Nate Fogel.
goodness.
Nate Fogel kind of set
He
that
brought
up.
the pressure in, and then Lewis cleaned it up.
Yep, Lewis brought the house afterwards, and ouch.
Hey, where's our field position, Jerry?
There it is.
26-yard line.
Yeah, we like it.
Oh, come on, Carlson. Give him the 26. That looks like 26 to me. That's all right. I won't bust his chops too much.
Another big stop for the defense. Again, setting the table for
Right.
the offense.
Great field position almost all of these drives so far
it
once
has
the defense has kind of cranked things up here a little bit.
You know,
Ellenson under center. Davis. Pitch out to Hillers. He's looking for some space. Following his blockers. Gets to the outside. Nice little run. Gain of about 7. That's a good run to the outside.
It was.
He
And
was
you know,
patient.
Our O-line has really started to establish themselves in this game early. And,
Right.
And I tell you what, it's not an easy task when you look across at what's in front of them.
Right.
There's some big athletic kids across their front. That 6'8" kid sticks out like a sore thumb. But,
yeah, he does.
I mean, he can move.
Yeah.
Good player. So, but our O-line seems to be doing the job, and it's given Bryce and Connor just enough of a seam to get some positive yards.
Yep.
So picked up about 6 or 7 on that play.
2
Back to
receivers
pass.
left, 1 right. Ellenson back to pass. He's looking for Lewis again. Oh, man. Great coverage. Great coverage. Let me see here. I think that was number 30, Emery Johnson, if I can see the number correctly. 30 or 38. Must be 30. They don't have a 38. Emery Johnson on the coverage on that one. He had nice coverage on that. Lewis was trying to high point it, find that spot where he could get to it, but Johnson just had pretty darn good coverage on him. All right, so Bryson Clarkson bringing it in.
He's not happy because he's letting the coaches know what I saw. They had a hold of his arm.
Yeah, it kind of looked that way to me too.
It was pretty close coverage, but
we're not going to complain about the rest too much.
No. But it was the kid did a good job of hiding that. But it did look like he had a hold of his arm.
Tight coverage on him. Yep. All right, shotgun pass again. Ellenson looking to unload it right underneath. That's Nate Fogel. Going to try and break one tackle and just can't quite get out of it.
Down to the 15.
Down to the 15.
Is that a first down?
That should be a first down.
All right. Nice
first and 10 Hornets by the.
Nice pickup.
And that's enough for a Richland Center first down.
5:22 left on the clock in the first half. Lewis bringing the play back in again. Jerry, what do you think? Pass to Lewis in the corner of the end zone. He's down to the bottom of your screen. Bosworth to the top. I formation. It's going to be a pitch out to Hillers.
Ooh.
He's got some green.
He's got some
green
too.
and some blockers, and he is in for the touchdown. Bryce Hillers
on a 15-yard.
He would not be stopped on that one.
15-yard run. Got out there quickly on the pitch and saw pay dirt, saw end zone, and you're right. Nothing was stopping him.
Yeah. All right, let's see what happens here. I saw Bryce motion to the sidelines, kind of a cut play. So let's see if they actually line up for the field goal. If they're gonna try and do this, and that's gonna be Lewis for the 2-point conversion. Little trickery, a little John Hokie.
Little Daffy Duck.
Woo!
Little Daffy Duck formation.
Yup.
Ellenson to Lewis for 2 more.
We'll take it, baby. That's a 22-0 score right now, folks. First half. Those cheerleaders are going to get a workout tonight, I think, Jerry. Which I don't envy them. I can't lift my leg that high, I'll tell you what. But that's awesome. This is the thing, I think, Jerry, that we've been kind of waiting for almost all season. You know, it's taken us to game 6, but we're seeing tonight what this offense is really capable of. I mean, they've got some weapons out here. You can see the passing game. You can see the running game. Our kicking game about where we're putting them in positions. New Glarus has had terrible field position so far tonight. We've had amazing field position.
Yep.
When you're working with a short field, you don't have 100 yards to go. You got 26 to go.
You know, it does. It takes all 3 phases, and tonight the O started a little slow. at the very beginning, but
Yep.
they kind of got their wake-up call, and the defense has been setting the table. The special teams has been doing their job. When you get all three phases working together, it's hard to beat you.
Yeah.
It's really hard to beat you.
And so far tonight, I mean, in this first half so far with, what do we got, just under 5 minutes left, all three phases they're doing it.
I couldn't agree more.
They're doing it. All right, here comes Hillers on the approach. And, boy, nice kick. Boy, oh boy, right there in the 6-yard line is going to be received by number 17.
That couldn't be Brock Lewis, could it?
Yeah, I think that might have been Brock Lewis on the first.
Running the guy out of bounds?
He must have ate his Wheaties this afternoon.
I
don't know.
I want to know what he ate because, wow.
We may, you know
He's
what?
all over the place.
I tell you what, if we can get Mom and Dad up here for the halftime interview, maybe we can.
There you go.
Maybe we can ask him, what did he eat this
Yeah,
afternoon?
maybe we can get KJ up here. We can talk to her.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, he's just, not that he hasn't played well, but I mean,
No.
tonight he's just
He's showcasing.
lights out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just he's awesome.
Yeah, all
Hopefully he
assets
can
of the
keep it
game.
going. You're really seeing his assets. He can move. I mean,
Yeah.
he can run, and he's got that hunger. And he all year on the special teams, he's been that coverage guy down the field, and so that's not a surprise. But it's just cool to see that number 12 all over the place.
Here's our psycho package. You can see only one guy down. The rest of everybody's up. Here it comes through the middle, and it's going to be a QB keeper. And again, oh boy.
Is that Clarkson?
That was Clarkson on it.
Run him down from behind.
Yeah. Marty on the QB keeper there. Again, he was looking at where that pressure was coming from, and he made the right decision. Because if he would have, Hornets are taking a timeout here, if he would have handed that ball off, it would have been probably a 2-yard loss. Probably. Clock? Okay. I'm not sure if we're going to put a little bit more time back on the clock. Looks like Coach is talking to the head official about that. 5 seconds maybe? Let's see what happens here.
You want to step out and buy your 50-50 raffle ticket. The drawing
All right.
will be held at
Hornets are going to take their first time out. Like you said, Jerry, can't take them into halftime with you.
Yeah, it doesn't do you any good to take him home.
Nope.
You know, sometimes you just need to regroup. Sometimes you just need to just a break, just a blow. Although it's a beautiful night for football.
Yep.
And you know, like we talked about, kind of a slippery, greasy field. That seems to be less of a factor as the game goes on.
It's starting to kind of even out, isn't it,
Well,
Jerry?
and not only that, we've got a decent little breeze going, and that might be airing things out a little bit too,
Yeah.
and drying things out.
Drying
So,
the top of it off at least. Yeah, you bet.
yeah, you haven't seen a whole lot of slippage, and
No,
early on there was a little
I was
bit.
just going to mention that same thing. You know, the ball looked a little bit slick on some of the snaps, and then, you know, Ellenson was trying to plant and go, and he ended up slipping. But, yeah, beyond that, it looks like things have been, you know, it's kind of cleaned up a little bit. So, all right, so New Glarus back on offense. Second and about, call it a long 4. Shotgun formation again. Brandis off to the side of Marty. And it's going to, it's a fumble! And
Boy, I'll tell you what.
I think they might have gotten it back.
Wow.
Ooh, boy.
You see Wes Bosworth just dive
I
on
think
that
he was
thing?
the first one to try
He
and
was
get
like,
his hands on the
"There's the
ball.
ball."
And yep.
The fumble on the play recovered by the Glarus Knights.
But they're going to take a loss of about 5 yards on that, and Hornets are going to take another timeout. So, Jerry, that makes me kind of think that maybe Coach Troxel wants to get the ball back in offense again and maybe put another 7 up on the board.
I think so. You know, he's the old coordinator, so he's definitely hungry. He wants to maybe put some more points on the board before half. That would be sweet.
Wouldn't it, though?
Things are clicking right now.
Yeah.
You want to take advantage of that. Sometimes halftime is your friend, sometimes it's not. and so, you know, it's probably a good thing. We got the momentum, got things rolling. Let's take advantage of every second we got in this first half.
Yeah.
4:34 to go. And,
So-
I don't blame him.
So far, Coach Darling's getting his wish. He wanted to pitch that shutout, and that's where we're at right now. So, good things on that.
Yeah, no doubt. We've really done a good job on the defensive end
Yeah.
tonight and most nights. And but like I said, that and special teams has really been setting the table for the offense. We've
Yeah.
had great field position,
Yeah.
and we've done a lot of good things with it. So here we got
Backfield
kind of
pressure,
a
too.
little psycho
Psycho
look here.
package, yep. Motion again from Parman. He's going to try and roll it out to his right side.
Good coverage.
Great
Ooh,
coverage.
Somebody just
Oh,
closed. Was
boy.
that Clarkson?
That was Bryson Clarkson.
Oh,
Oh,
penalty.
man. He tripped on him. Oh, man. I don't know about that call.
incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
Jerry, I don't know, Jerry, but, you know, I'm not down there. I'm not down there. I think they're going to call it a rough in the – well, you know what? The last time we thought it was rough in the passer, it was intentional grounding.
I think it's probably a personal foul.
Probably.
I don't know if, you know, hit him out of bounds or what's –
It looked like he actually, once he got him out of bounds, yeah, they're going to call it a personal foul.
Rough in the passer.
Rough in the passer. It looked to me, just in real time, it looked like Clarkson tackled him, and when he was tackling him, he went out of bounds. And once he went down, Clarkson kind of lost his footing and then fell on him.
Yeah. The thing that I noticed more than anything in that was how Bryson accelerated.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody's just kind of running to the sideline, and then all of a sudden you just see this jet, you know.
Yeah.
And, that's what he can do.
And it keeps the night drive alive. Trips and 2 receivers to the top, tight end. Boy, it seems to – oh, get in there. Ooh.
Went through the receiver's hands.
Oh, man.
Number 17.
Right through his hands.
Marty's pass is intended for
They're running that tight end set off to that left-hand side, Jerry. And the QB Marty was looking that way. He didn't even glance to the right at all. Looking to go left all the time. He had 2 receivers out there, one running a short route, one running a longer route towards the sideline. Went through the hands of the first receiver. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I don't want to give too much credit. I've been giving all the credit to the pressure we've been putting on the quarterback. Our coverage has been really good, too.
Yeah, it has.
It's really been good. So it's a
Handoff
combination.
to Brandis.
Quarterback
keeper. He's going to keep it
keeper,
in.
Teague Perkins.
Yep, looks like Teague Perkins in on that, and Aaron Davis. So Marty gets a loss of 2 on that one. Maybe even a loss of, we'll call it a loss of 3. So 3rd down and 13.
So we do have, I think we still have 1 timeout left, or?
Yeah,
we do.
Yep, we got 1 to go, 1 to burn.
So I know Coach Troxell's plan here to get that ball back to the offense's hand. Unfortunately, that personal foul
extended their drive, yeah.
And that's what they do.
Yep. All right, stacked receivers to the right. That looks like number 11, Zimmerman, and number 15, Stoke. And then stacked receivers to the top. That looks like Parman, and I can't see who the other one is right at the top of my head. Here comes the pressure up the middle. Brock Lewis!
Ooh.
Live ball.
There he is.
Nope, they're calling it. I think they're calling it incomplete pass. Yep, incomplete pass.
There's number 12 again.
So I think we're going to call it early.
You know,
Coach Shorts, player of the game for next week.
You know, I did give credit to the 12th man at Prairie.
Yeah.
Now
it's
we've got
12.
number 12.
My goodness, he's just on a tear tonight.
He is. He's. You talked about it, bringing your A game. His is like AAA.
I think he's got an A+ game tonight so far. Let's hope he keeps that up in the second half as well.
And let's hope it's contagious. Let's hope and we are. We're playing really good as a unit.
Yep.
But I'd like to see some other people pick it up just like that. He's been all over the place.
Yeah, he has. Careful how you use that word contagious, by the way. Little humor, folks. There's a kick. Gets it away, and it's going to sail out of bounds at about the 35, it looks like. That's, I think, Jerry, maybe his best kick so far tonight.
Might be. And again, we had pressure on that.
Yeah.
So, again, there's your special teams, you know.
Yep.
Stepping up, Coach Clerkin. All 3 phases playing well.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun to be here when everything's clicking like this. I'm sure it's not very much fun to be on the other sideline. But,
no, I don't think so. This is our worst field position of the night tonight.
It is.
35-yard line. Our own
it
35.
is, you know, and there hasn't been a whole lot of penalties. We haven't really made a lot of mistakes to this point, and
just a couple of small.
This is what happens.
Well, one small one a little bit bigger to keep that drive going, but here we are back on offense. So looks like Bosra to the top, Fogo to the split, Lee to the outside, and that's going to be Dyshawn Lee. He's got a seam to the inside. Boy, nice play. Tackled by number 13 Whedon and number 21 Eiler.
Nice little wide receiver screen. Brought him on an inside route behind the other 2 receivers, and that's a high percentage pitch and catch, and he did. He made a nice play, turned it upfield for some positive yards, picked up about 7 or 8. Nice play for Dyshawn.
His first game back, so good to see him back on the field. Number 24, Ellenson in the shotgun, grabs a high snap, going over the top, looking for Sam Bosworth. And he eludes the first defender, but he's going to be brought down by Parman.
Out near midfield.
Gain of about 10 on that one. So that'll stop the clock momentarily, 2:39. 50-yard line, just past. We're going to call it the 49.5.
Yeah, we're back into Glarner Knight territory. 2:39 to go in the half and counting. One timeout to go. We'll probably need that. Remember, we have a kicking game too.
Right.
Something to always keep in mind. Not just an average one either.
Shotgun snap again. Ellenson rolling out right. He's pitching it out to Nate Fogle. Boy, that was a nice pitch and catch. He's running off to his left. Folks, that's not an easy pass. If any of you are quarterbacks listening out there, you're a right-handed quarterback and rolling out to your left to try to make that pass.
Tough pass.
That ain't easy.
Tough throw. You got to set your feet or throw against your body. It's not easy. Nice catch by Nate Fogle. He's got quite a few tonight in the first half.
Hey, by the way, we're checking in from folks where they're coming in from around the world. And when I mean around the world, I mean that. Former English teacher from Richland Center, Sarah Swanson, checking in from Seoul, South Korea.
Awesome. That's
We're international,
cool.
international here. I'm loving it.
Is our listener from Uruguay back on there again?
I'm going to have to check it out. Ellenson looking. He's going to take this one himself, eludes a defender, and he's going to get wrapped up. Looks like number 18, Ryder, and number 73, there's that Walter. Yeah, that kid sticks out like a sore thumb. He's big.
Yeah, he's big. And Connor did a nice job there of making something out of nothing. Turned it upfield, got some positive yards, gave us a good high percentage third down situation here. We're third and about 3.
So, Jerry, you and I had, we'll get this play going first. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left. That's Colton Stivian as a receiver. Ellenson looking to, oh, man. Just couldn't get rid of it. Great coverage downfield. And Ellenson's going to take the sack. That's a loss of about 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Takes us just under a minute. Hey, Jerry, you and I were wondering if maybe this game would get delayed or we play it on a Saturday or something like that, because there's another game going on, conference game tonight, and that would be Broadhead Judah and River Valley, and I just got an update.
Okay.
Broadhead Judah's up on River Valley 26-0 at halftime.
Wow. They are a machine.
They're for real.
And River Valley's got a really nice club.
Yeah, we can't
really
take
nice club.
anything away from those folks, because they are a good club. And
Broadhead Judah is just starting to get fired up, I think. They're a machine.
They've got a lot of weapons.
If they stay healthy, they're going to be a tough out for anybody.
You bet.
For anybody. And so.
Eric Ritten tuning in from Milwaukee again. Rory Schultz coming in from Oshkosh. A couple of RC alum checking in for us. Thanks so much for you guys. Shane Miller, thanks for the update. Bagley with TD runs of 44 and 45 yards for Broadhead Judah.
That kid's got.
He's got wheels. Deal. Oh my goodness,
he's the real deal.
We've seen it here. We have seen it here. Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Cutbacks. I mean, he's got good footwork. He's hard to bring down.
And he's got a second gear, and I think maybe a third, fourth, and possibly a fifth gear.
I think so.
Yeah.
So 4th and 10 for us here. We're going to go for it. Connor's got the big boy around him, and he's not letting go.
Nope. And there's the face mask penalty. No, actually, Connor was looking for it. Just a marker.
Just a marker for forward progress.
Yeah, that's Walter again. Again, folks, 6'8", 250 senior.
So New Glarus, Monticello is going to take over in Hornet territory on the 44-yard line with 51 seconds to go in the half.
Boy, that's a big kid. He is, man.
That's a lot of trust in your defense, which honestly, we definitely have that.
Yeah.
So, but again, in this situation here, you want to keep the momentum going into halftime, keep people in front.
Yeah, just keep them out of the end zone.
Yep.
No scores here.
Keep doing what we're doing. Get some pressure on the quarterback.
Jerry, is it just me, or does it seem? Almost.
That ball was tipped, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Cole Brenninger on the tip, and I think Sam Bosworth on the tackle. Yeah, it looked like Cole almost had that thing picked off. So 45 seconds on the clock right now. Second and about 3 to go, or maybe a long 3 or a 4. And I'm not sure why Jerry, help me out, why there's a clock stopped.
Did the kid go out of bounds?
I don't think so. Or maybe he did. You know what? Maybe he did. All right, that would make sense. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Parman in motion.
By Parman.
They're going to come. Oh, it looks like blowing it dead. I think we might be calling a
one thing he's
procedure.
doing, he's turning upfield before that ball snapped. He's coming in motion, and I don't know if that's what they called, but he's got to stay parallel to the line of scrimmage until
Right.
that ball gets snapped.
Yep.
They're talking to him, so maybe that's the case.
Can't make that motion towards. Yep.
He's starting to turn up the field, and that ball's not even snapped yet.
And I think that's what the head ref was talking to him about. The guy in the white hat down there, just telling him, hey, make sure if you're making that motion, you got to stay parallel.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're looking at about a second and a long 8.
Little psycho package look.
Yep, here it comes. Guess who's in the backfield? Brock Lewis, and this time,
Easy on that. Yeah.
yep, Cole Brenninger held up just the way he needed to. I heard that caution in your voice.
Yeah, well, I mean, we really don't need a personal foul right here.
Oh, absolutely not.
And sometimes the opportunity is there when that ball's on the sideline.
Yeah.
And you got the crosshairs on them.
Your eyes look like saucers out there.
Oh,
man.
And that sideline's an extra defender, so you can kind of bring the house if you want.
Yep, use it to your advantage.
But unfortunately, we don't want to do it too much.
Don't get the penalty, yeah. Two receivers at the top of the screen, 2 receivers at the bottom.
Penalty would hurt right here.
Yeah,
36 seconds.
Shotgun snap to Marty. He's going to look for that
Middle
screen again,
screen.
and this
Oh.
time, oh my
That time it was
goodness!
sniffed out. That was Connor Ellenson.
And they're going to call that. Oh my word! Okay, so Jim Leonard Award finalist. You just saw why right now. And Brandis he's hurting.
Yeah, he's thinking maybe next time they run the screen to somebody else.
Yeah, maybe. Oh,
that's
my.
That's tough because you're blind to what's coming behind you. You're trying to focus on that ball coming into your hands. And
folks, I'm telling you, I think Brandis' girlfriend felt that one. My goodness.
That was a shot. That was a shot. And that's not his first one of the night either.
No, it's not. And you know what the thing I loved about that tackle was, Jerry, is it was form tackle.
Yeah.
We've been seeing that. I remember the first time when we saw that really on display by Connor this year was, remember we were in Dodgeville.
Yeah.
And he made 2 phenomenal tackles, and they were just perfect form tackles. Got his shoulder right where he needed to get his shoulder, didn't lead with his head, wrapped that kid up and just drove him into the ground, and you saw that happen again tonight.
Yeah.
Man, that was a heck of a stick.
He comes up from that safety spot, and it's just like a missile.
Yeah.
I mean, he's bringing it and coming hard and coming low and just really laying people out. I mean, and it's textbook. You're right. I
Yep.
mean, it's not dirty. It's just good, hard football, and people know he's there.
And, you got to think, Coach Darling, you see him smile every once in a while. I got a feeling that maybe that one put a smile on his face.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's why he puts him back there. You put a lot of trust in your single safety there, and the guy goes sideline to sideline. He's all
doing
over
the job.
place.
He is doing the job he needs to do, and he's doing it well.
I mean, and we got a lot of guys stepping up tonight.
Yep. Brock Lewis, Connor Ellenson, we've been talking about, Nate Fogo.
Well, look at this little scenario. They had great field position, a little bit of time on the clock. Now they're looking at 29 seconds, 4th and about 8. It's looking a little bleak just because our defense has come to play.
Yeah.
Like it has almost all year. So it's like, man, bring it. Here you go.
Going to the right side, looking for a receiver, and he's got him, and it's
hook
going to be
and
a little
ladder.
hook and ladder. And he goes out of bounds. Yep. Alec McDonald went down on that.
I think he picked up the first down.
I think he did too. Yeah, he did. And he got himself out of bounds, so that's going to stop the clock.
We had that covered pretty well, though, as far as, that where you typically get hurt there is on the pitch.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Jerry. Stroke was on the reception, and he pitched it over to Brandis, the running back. But, yeah, we had good coverage on that.
Still plenty of time, too, for the Garner Knights.
23 seconds. Looks like the ball's sitting about the 26-yard line right now. 1 receiver to the bottom of your screen, 2 receivers at the top. Tight end, that's Partman. He's on the right side of your screen. He's in for blocking right now. Here comes the pass. Oh, it's tipped. Oh, man. Guess who got a hand on that? Connor Ellenson.
Yep, and coverage with Sam Bosworth on the receiver.
Perfect.
Not much there. Connor, nice read.
Yeah.
18 seconds.
That stops the clock, at 18.
It's going to take us a while to get to halftime if they throw a lot of incomplete passes. I mean, that's one thing about a passing offense.
Yeah.
It can make for a long game sometimes.
Yeah, it can.
Last week's game really moved along because both teams were run.
Yeah, you bet. 3 receivers at the top of your screen, 2 receivers at the bottom. We talked about this at the onset. They'll run that empty backfield package and spread out the offense. 5 receivers total right now. Here comes pressure up the middle. Clarkson closing in. Incomplete. Clarkson was hot on his tail.
3rd and 10.
He was closing in on Marty pretty darn quick. He got through that middle, did Clarkson. And as soon as Marty started rolling out left,
and you can
Clarkson
see,
took after him.
Obviously, you're starting to see his youth a little bit. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
And you're starting to see what heavy pressure play after play after play is doing. He's bailing from that pocket quickly.
Yeah, yes.
And, you know, when you've had the night he's had with the pressure he's had, you're going to do that. That's just human nature. So he's not hanging in there very long.
Right. You tell a QB to have a short-term memory, but I think his memory's sticking with him a little bit. Here he's going again to the – oh, man. Oh, boy. Somebody had some blown coverage there, but it was lucky it was overthrown.
7 seconds to go in the half, 4th and 10.
You had both Lee and Bosworth in that vicinity of the coverage, but their receiver, and I think that's number 18, Ryder, got behind them. Got behind them both. I think it was just a miscommunication on coverage. Looks like New Glarus, Monticello is going to take a timeout here.
Called by New Glarus, Monticello.
So 7 seconds left in this first half. And Jerry, it's been an exciting half. This
it really has.
This is again kind of the half that we've been waiting for. We've been trying to see what's going to happen with this offense. How are they going to put things together? When does that happen? And when it does happen, what's the result? And man, we're seeing that result tonight.
We are.
Great offensive play.
And just great all-around play. I mean,
You're right.
Defense, offense, special teams, but you're right. The offense has been able to matriculate up the field, make things happen, and it gives that defense a little bit of a break, a blow. The special teams has done a good job of putting us in good field position. It's all clicking, and you hate to see the half end kind of because it's all clicking. And, I mean, even here, you know, we turned it over on downs, gave New Glarus pretty decent field position, but our defense is just
defense is
just
sticking.
tough as snot. So
defense is sticking.
and we got one more play here, so let's be tough on this one. 7 seconds to go, 4th and 10.
2 receivers to the right, one to the left. Parment looks like he's in that tight end position on the left-hand
And
side.
last time we let him get behind us. We don't
Marty's going to throw again, and he's going to just sail that
That's
sucker into the
out
end
of
zone. And we got 1 second left.
1 second to go. It'll be Hornet ball. We'll probably take a knee, although you never know. You never know.
You know, I wasn't going to say anything about that, Jerry. I'm glad you did. But
maybe a little hook and ladder of our own.
Yeah, no kidding. A little trickeration on that. Offense is coming back out on the field.
Never say never with these guys.
Yeah, no
You
kidding. 26-yard line, our own 26. Hornets are going to come out here on offense. We'll see what the play is. Looks like they're keeping them.
Little victory formation.
Yep, keeping them pretty tight.
And that's probably your best bet at this point in the game in this field position. So 1 second to go.
Yep.
There it is. There's your half. So.
Wow, Jerry.
And what a half it was. 22-0 Hornets.
No
heading
kidding.
into the halftime show. And again, you've heard it from us many times already.
And listen out there.
Offense, defense, special teams. I mean, the people that have been on the field are doing the job. It doesn't matter who we put out there. The kids are executing. And that's the name of the game. So, you know, maybe we're feeding off that big overtime win in Prairie. That was huge.
Oh, my goodness, was it ever. I mean, that's one of those things where, you know, these kids, whether they're seniors or freshmen or whatever, they're going to remember that one for a while.
Yeah.
You know, so, and there's a lot to be said about that, you know, building off of what happened from the week before. Something that we haven't done down there in 16 years, you know, so we come out with a victory there at Prairie. And you know, I mean, it's a good rivalry. It's a little bit of a hostile environment when we get down there. And, you know, so we ended up capitalizing on something like that. And since we did, you know, if that energy's carrying over to what we got going on tonight, whatever it is, I tell you what, it is working for the Hornets.
Yeah, it is, and it just continues to build, and hopefully we can put together two good halves here, because that's kind of our goal. And if we can come out of here with another good half, we can take that right into homecoming week.
You bet. We're going to step away for just a second. We're going to give our ears, lend our ears a little bit to Jeff Behrens and the high school marching band. So if you wouldn't mind, take a listen to these folks. I got to tell you, people, you haven't heard them in a while. It's been about a year and a half since you've heard this band play. So we're going to let them do a little talking for right now, Jerry.
A little halftime show, courtesy of the Richland Center High School Band and Jeff Behrens.
marking Enter Sandman by Metallica. The band will close tonight's performance with the popular rock anthem, Dream On, made famous by Aerosmith. We will feature the baritone and horn section on this popular ballad. The marching hornet band is led on the field by drum major Aaliyah Rubin. Color guard captains are Cassidy Olson and Juliana Shannon. The band is under the direction of Mr. Jeff Barron. Sideline instructor is Amanda Walsh. Middle school band directors are Mrs. Pam Peterson.
Hornet Football Summer Camps Incorporated proudly welcomes you to our live stream this evening. We are grateful to both school districts for allowing us to provide this service to a regional and national audience. Our organization is independent and not associated with the Richland School District. Any discussion in the live stream does not necessarily reflect the views of the Richland School District.
Hey, we're back here at Avitus Rip Field, halftime of the New Glarus Monticello Richland Center football game, where Richland Center leads 22-0. We've got about 5.5 minutes before we're back at it, the second half. We're going to try to catch Coach Gary Schwartz here for a little halftime talk. I see he's coming up the stairs now, so hopefully we get a chance to talk with Gary and get his take on the first half and maybe what we can expect in the second half.
He's kind of new to the game, isn't he?
Yeah, just getting started.
Just shy of a half century's worth of work under this guy's belt. So he's definitely got a few things that I think we could get him to say. Coach Schwartz, glad to see you here.
Welcome, Coach Schwartz.
I'm going to give you this thing. Yeah, you get to talk into one of those. There he is. Come on, step on up here a little bit. There's the man of the hour, Coach Schwartz.
I don't know about man of the hour.
Okay, man of the first half. How's that work? That'd be okay for you? So, Coach, one of the things that Jerry and I were talking about, we kind of wanted to ask you on your way up, what's the Hornets offense doing tonight? It's been a little bit different. We faced the 3-4 defenses before. What's going on tonight that's showcasing what our offense is capable of?
Well, I think for one thing, our timing is better.
Okay.
They're a very aggressive offensive line, or defensive line, and I think we're taking some advantage of that.
Okay.
Receivers are working hard to get open.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. They really
and going
are.
for the ball.
Yeah.
And Connor's done a good job putting the ball right on them. So
right.
I think that's probably the big part. And because they were aggressive, we were able to get that reverse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
we were hoping for.
Yeah. Good. Second half, what can we expect? Another dose of the same?
I think pretty much the dose is the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to try to do some inside things maybe.
Okay.
Because they're loosening up a little bit on the secondary coverage, a little better in the deep parts.
Sure.
It looks like I'm sorry, Jerry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to notice the same thing. You know, it's one of those things where we've kind of spread them out. We've been able to throw that ball out in the flats a lot, and it has kind of spread them out a little bit. That middle probably is a place to attack.
Well, we're going to see.
Yeah, we'll find out. That one big dude in there, though, he's
goodness.
He's a tough customer.
He is tough. He's hard to move, and their linebackers are quick.
Yeah.
Now, you notice when we pull, they're right
with
there
us.
in our back pocket.
You bet.
So they've been getting into our backfield probably quicker than we anticipated.
We were going to mention, or one of the things I was going to mention to you, Jerry, was our offensive line, the play of our offensive line. Kind of, keeping those things at bay a little bit, allowing, Connor to step back and go ahead and deliver that ball. We had Trent Forehand as one of our Gary Schwartz players of the game. What's going on with the offensive line? Is it just a little bit more of a gel, kind of that consistency? What do you see with those guys, with the Hogs up front?
I think it's probably just playing together, trusting each other, not everybody doing their job.
Right.
Not worrying about what somebody else might have not done.
Sure.
And so when you get all 5 guys doing that, and then you get your backs picking up anything that comes in from the outside, which I think they're doing a much better job tonight.
And the other thing I've commented on it a couple times in the first half, all 3 phases are clicking tonight. Special teams, offense, defense, and it's been fun because all 3 are working together.
Yeah, and that builds on itself.
Yeah, it really does.
It builds momentum, and we just have to keep that up in the second half.
Agreed. Jerry was kind of saying he's hoping that whatever, and I actually did see Bernadette Lewis down there. I asked her, I said, we got to find out what you fed Brock. That kid's been an animal tonight, and we're really hoping that, his intensity, it just starts to become contagious. You use that word contagious, so all these other kids start to grab onto that, and it looks like it's gonna.
Yeah, I think so.
That stick by Connor Ellenson, oh my goodness.
I'm not sure they're going to run that screen pass a lot in the second half.
We mentioned the same
They might not convince that kid to go catch it anymore either.
My goodness.
That was probably one of the hardest hits I've seen, and it was just a very solid, clean football tackle.
It was.
Solid fundamental tackle right there. You bet. Well, Coach Schwartz, we appreciate you coming up, giving us a little insight.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure, and it's always a pleasure with you.
You bet.
And I know you got some more business to do in this second half. So,
Well, they have.
well, and you're a big part of it.
Absolutely.
Up here,
Okay. Well,
Absolutely.
Nice talking to you guys.
Thanks again.
Thanks, Gary.
Take care. All right, Coach Gary Schwartz in his, I believe, 46th.
47th. 47th
Good
year.
grief. Okay, all right, Jerry. This is gonna do it. That guy's been coaching longer than I've been alive by 4 years. Jeepers! I wasn't even in diapers when I was not even a thought.
And first of all, you got in order to do that, you have to love the game of football, and you have to love kids. I mean, he loves working with kids, and I've been with him a lot. I coached with him. I've been up here in the booth with him. He really enjoys the strategy. He enjoys all the X's and O's, but he really enjoys working with the students. And if you get a chance to get out and see him on the field during the week, it's a pleasure. And it's been a pleasure for me to work with him in the classroom, in the school, and so just a top-notch person, and does a heck of a job. And I'll tell you what, up here, a lot of the stuff he does from up in the booth goes unnoticed by the average person. But honestly, he's the eyes and ears of this football team. He's watching what's going on. He's sending that information down to the sideline, and he's been doing it a long time. Yeah. He's great at it.
Yeah, that's the thing. His experience has built, year after year after year, and now to year 47. And, man, he just, like you said, the X's and O's, that chess match, he knows that chess game.
Yep.
It's not checkers to him anymore.
No.
It's just chess.
And we talked to him before the game and said, hey, is it possible to get you in here for an interview? And he was gracious enough to do that. But after he took care of his job, which he had to go down to the sidelines, and again, part of that halftime adjustment stuff that they're looking at the iPads, they're looking at what happened in the first half and trying to make some adjustments, which you just heard about. So that's his role, and we were able to catch him on his way back up here. So just a pleasure, and we really appreciate Gary sharing some of his expertise with us here at halftime.
Yep, great, and you know what? Great coach and a great guy. Just a great guy.
Absolutely.
I'm fortunate, Jerry, actually, to have him as a neighbor. He's just down the street from me, so it's good. I'll stop. He'll see him outside. Or the other day, he was smoking ribs. And I stopped by.
That'll make you come by.
I just had to stop and take a whiff. But we had a nice little conversation. Talked for about 5-10 minutes or whatever. And that's the kind of guy that he is. Pull over. Hey, Gary, how's it going? Oh, pretty good. And then we just start talking football.
You bet. You bet. And this kind of stuff, this is really making him happy. And the kids are playing well tonight, and all that hard work and stuff you put in the off season and even during the week, during the season. Right. And when it pays off and pays dividends like it is tonight, it just makes it all worth it. So I hope we can get another half even close to that first half. Right. Because things really clicked. And you mentioned a few names. Brock Lewis, I would say that was definitely his best half of the season. And just a remarkable half, and boy, if he can put two of those together, wow!
Oh man, he was lighting it up.
Number 12 was all over the field.
Yeah, he was. Oh, hey, I got. So we're trying to give some shout outs to some folks that are out there. My brother-in-law just chimed in. He said, "Hey, watching the game." He goes, "John Madden would be proud." Oh man, we haven't circled any sweat on the butts of any players yet, so I'm not up to John Madden status. But thanks.
No slobber on coming off the chin or nothing. Yeah.
Thanks for chiming in, Josh. Appreciate that. Kim Johnson, hey, sending you out a shout out. You requested one. Here's your shout out. My goodness, you see what the amazing filters they can have. Wow. I got hair and shades and oh my goodness. You folks, I tell you what, maybe this is starting to get out of hand.
Maybe you can get rid of some of this gray I have,
Hey, see what you can do, Kim. Work your magic. All right, second half, we're kicking off here. We're going to be kicking right to left on the screen as you see it. Hillers with a kick, a low liner, right down to about the 5-yard line.
There's Brock Lewis.
Yep. Millhouse, and guess who makes the tackle?
And again, wow. He has been the guy. He's the bomber down the field, week in, week out. But tonight, he just seems like everything he's doing, he's all over the place.
Yeah, man. His wheels tonight, and it seems like, I don't know, maybe they put some steak sauce in the football or something. He's smelling it every time. Good grief. Yeah. All right, let's see. Hey, checking in for those of you that are watching. Kent Simmons from Homosassa, Florida. I got Dora Castillo from Uruguay again. Thank you, folks, for chiming in once more. Oh, there, Brandis.
Brandis.
Yep, you can see that kid's got some wheels, too.
Love to see him.
Bosworth on the carry or on the tackle on that one. Brandis after a pickup of about 25 on that.
Yeah, that was a big gainer for them.
Yeah, it was.
Kind of a hurry-up offense here for the Glarner Knights.
Sounds like the Dodgeville game got canceled. And I'm getting some other scores in here, too. And Brandis up the middle again, this time.
Colton Stibbe
and Teague Perkins, and it looks like
Cole Brenninger.
Yep, all three of them in on that one. Shane Miller, thanks for the heads up and all of the it was a forfeit. Mauston 2-0 over Dodgeville, and a forfeit. Huh. All right. Prairie du Chien right now, 17-7 over Platteville.
No gain on the play. Second down, 10 yards to gain.
And it looks like right now, Broadhead Judah, 32-0 over Valley. Wow. Got a Belleville score in here, too, actually. Belleville 49,
There's
Parkview
Harmon
6.
across the middle on that slant.
Yep.
Tackle
like
there by Deshaun Lee,
Lee.
and a little help from Connor Ellenson. But, yeah, be careful of that. That we talked about it pregame. Number 7 is kind of their weapon. Didn't really do much in the first half. Might have something to do with the job that Mr. Lee did on him in coverage and also the pressure we got on their quarterback.
Yep. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. 1 in motion. And that's going to be Brandis up the middle. And he's going to be met by Teague Perkins, who's not going to let him go anywhere with a little help of Aaron Davis. Boy, we've been calling his name a lot tonight, too.
Yep. Yeah, that offensive line's having trouble with him.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, you're hearing that name a lot.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
It is. As a sophomore, you love to see that kind of stuff.
Just a great defensive lineman.
Yep.
I mean, he's just really tough.
2 receivers at the top of the screen, 2 receivers at the bottom. Marty in that shotgun formation. Looks like a blitz coming. And here they come into the backfield. Perkins trying to get on that one. Hey,
Nice play.
Connor Ellenson in for the tackle. A loss of about 5 or 6 on that one. Boy, Ellenson had that smelled out.
Wow.
Maybe they do have steak sauce on that ball. That was Eiler on the reception.
I'm just so impressed with how he comes up from that safety spot.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Yeah,
Acceleration.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is. Absolutely.
And just a great tackler. And
Yep. Yeah, I think, honestly, Jerry, I think that, his speed impresses me, but his tackling is outstanding. I don't think I remember seeing him missing tackles very often, if at all. 2 receivers stacked to the bottom of your screen, 2 receivers to the top. Here comes a flag, and overthrew him. That was going
pretty good coverage by Deshaun Lee.
Yeah,
too.
it was. That was intended for Parman.
Like I said, it's been a combination of pressure that we've been able to get on the quarterback.
Right.
But Deshaun's done a great job on number 7.
Yeah, the coverage has been tight.
And not to mention our other secondary players too. Really doing a good job of hanging with the receivers.
Yep.
He really hasn't had much to see when he has been able to see.
Right. Yeah. He'll get some. I mean, when I say sometime, I think it takes less for me to say the word sometime about how much time he's actually getting.
Right.
It's fast. Yeah, that backfield pressure that we're getting on him is almost immediate every time.
And it'll be fun if we can get a post-game interview with Coach Darling.
Yeah.
Because, boy, he's really got a great plan dialed up here for this particular attack. And
I would agree.
They're struggling. I mean, there's another punt.
Ooh, that one almost got a hand on it.
Even got pressure on
that.
Yeah,
Ellenson with the reception.
He's dangerous out here.
Yeah, he is.
He is dangerous.
Let's see if he finds a seam. And there he goes.
Is dangerous.
There he keeps going. Wow.
I'm telling you, in an open field, he's one of the best I've seen. He's really good.
Wow. Just, wow.
Yeah, he's
30-yard return. 1st and 10 from the 48.
I think that's, you've heard me harping on him catching the punts and stuff. Don't let him hit the ground. Part of it's right there. I know when he catches it and he gets to advance the ball, he's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, he can really make people miss and get pot. He's had some really good punt returns. The other thing is you let the ball hit the turf, and
it becomes a little bit of a dicey game.
Then it's just a guessing game whether it's going to really hurt you or not.
Right.
And we're going to play Platteville in a couple weeks, and that's the kind of turf that really can hurt you.
Right. Yep.
Something broken play there.
What do we got going on here? Delay game.
Delay of the game.
Yep.
The indication is delay of game.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Not the way you want it to start, but not a horrible one. But, Jerry, we were talking about this a little bit of pregame, too. how many 1st and 15s and 1st and 20s we've seen so far this year. Got to try and stay away from those. Those are just those, those mental mistakes that, I mean, tonight maybe it doesn't sting as bad, but it's still that thing in the back of your mind where you got to make sure that you got everything locked down, know how much time's on the clock, so on and so forth. High snap to Ellenson. He's going to fire it over across the middle. Actually, to the outside, that looks like Sam Bosworth on that reception.
Nice catch. Went down for that ball.
Yeah, I was just going to say that too,
Kind of
Jerry.
protected it with his body.
Yep.
You're right on the mistake thing, and you don't want to come out and say, well, we played a good first half, but our second half we kind of laid an egg. We want to put two together,
right,
and start to build on that.
Yeah.
Not only for this game, but for next week.
Absolutely, and the
just
following week.
Just start to put together some confidence, and continuity. People working together, and staying away from the mistakes because we know what those do.
Yep. Pass over the top to Oh, man.
He had a lot of green in front of him.
Yeah, he did,
I think
and
he
Nate
saw
knew
that.
I think that was one of those ones where it's like, look at all that grass.
Yeah, I think he'd like to have that one back.
I think he would too.
But you know what? He's been stellar out there tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Catching those balls in the flat.
Yep.
Most of the time he's had a guy right on him.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's what threw him off.
That time he had a little bit of clearance, and who knows what could have happened.
I think
maybe we'll come back to it yet.
Wow, you're right, Jerry. He had a lot of green out front of him, and I think it was one of the turn the head up the field. They'll see how much I got, and forgot to secure the ball, and he knew it. And that's the thing, that's the thing that we can also say about this, this offensive and that receiving core. They know what their mistakes are. They know what to do to. High snap. What to do to fix them. Now, boy, get on it, Bryce. Just jump on it. Those are the mistakes that we can't have.
Yep, 4th and really long, and now you'll see our punt team.
Yeah.
Trying to make something out of nothing sometimes, and he's really good at it.
Yep.
He's really savvy that way, but that time it just didn't jive.
Yeah, and it was a broken play. Could see that coming out of it. That was not the intent of what the play was supposed to be. So you're right. Connor's trying to make something out of it. He's got Bryce, kind of floating out to his right side, and those guys aren't on the same page of what that play's supposed to be. So he's going to try and pitch it to him.
Low snap here too.
Hillers gets it away, end over end. Letting it drop. And looks like Chambers and Davis on that.
Yep. We got a flag
and I didn't see
the punter.
Yeah, I didn't see what the flag was, but yeah, it did come back by where Hillers was kicking. So let's see what this penalty is going to be. Personal foul?
Yep.
Oh.
Actually, it was a personal foul.
I think it was personal foul.
Unsportsmanlike, his arms extended.
Arms out, yeah. Yeah, personal foul.
So,
getting play-by-play, it looks like we had a – let's see if I can back that up, Jerry. Here it comes. Oh, the joys of technology, right? Hey, Jerry, check this out. I like that number. 155 of you viewing right now.
Wow.
Man, that's awesome to see.
That is.
Thank you, folks, for doing that. We appreciate it. Kind of getting a little bit of a it came off camera. Yeah, I didn't quite get to see the actual play itself, but
must have been post punt because they're going to keep possession.
They're going to keep the ball. Mary D, watching from Central Iowa. Thanks, Mary, for checking in. One of our 155 viewers. All right, so Glarus is going to take over on just shy of their own 10-yard line. 1st and 10. Split receivers to the left and the right. Same formation, 15 in motion. That's Stoke. And they're going to give it to Brandis up the middle. A gain of about 1.5 yards, let's call it, Jerry. Maybe 2. We'll call it 2. I'll give him that. That kid's had a rough go of it tonight. He's had a couple nice runs. That hook and ladder that we had over here, he's out there for that. But he's had a little bit of tough sledding tonight.
Yeah, he took a shot on that screen pass.
Yep.
And, they use him quite a bit in this offense. He's pretty versatile. They use him both pass receiving and running.
Yep. A little pressure up the middle here. Oh man, and that's going to be a sack. And it looks like Clarkson and Stibbe. Clarkson and Stibbe combining on that. That'll be a loss of about 7. And honestly, Jerry, again, he just didn't have anywhere to go. That Marty had to just eat that one. And again, a couple of things that we've been talking about tonight for the defense: pressure, and then coverage on the receivers. And both of those things have been gelling great tonight.
Yeah, they really have. And yep,
it's paying off.
One thing helps the other. It really
Absolutely.
does. If he sits back there and he's got all day, he can pick you apart.
Right.
No matter how good your coverage is.
Exactly. Yep.
So it works hand in hand, and we really have done a nice job.
Yep.
The defensive coaching staff had him really ready to play.
Now he's in the end zone.
There's that
There's that
screen.
little screen play. And guess who's coming up for the tackle? That's the first one I think I've seen him miss.
Yep.
Connor Ellenson with the initial stop, and then it comes up to, I think that was Colton Stibbe who cleaned it up.
Well, they keep going back to it because they've had some success.
Yeah,
with
they
it.
have.
They really have, other than the big hit with Ellenson.
And then that pass was actually incomplete. Brandis didn't have a chance to get his hands on it. So
Yep. So I mean, really, when it's been there.
It's been there.
Yeah,
it's
and
giving
again,
him something.
if you come up and you don't tackle, it's a big gainer. And it has been for him. That time we came up and made the tackle. So they're going to punt here again, and we're going to have good field position again.
One more time.
If we can just play in our half the field like this all half,
right?
I like our chances.
And then that's another high
short
floater, and we're just going to tell folks to get out of the way. Just let it drop.
Good decision.
Yep. At about the 45, just 46 we'll call it, because it's not quite the 45.
Yep. And one thing I will say, we saw Drew Poles warming up on the sideline in the last series, so maybe we'll see him. Maybe we won't, but I'm sure he's getting him ready, getting loose for him to bring him in and maybe give a different offensive look. When we saw that a few weeks ago, they were able to give Hillers and Ellenson a break and kind of use them at the tailback spot.
Yep.
And that seemed to work pretty well.
All right, two receivers right. Now that comes Fogo in motion. Oh, man. Oh, look at that. That's going to be a 7-yard loss, Jerry. I'm sorry. That's a 7-yard loss. He makes it back to darn near the line of scrimmage. My goodness, that kid is slippery.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, the play didn't end up in positive yardage, but it was going to be a 7 to 8 yard loss. Wow. Good grief. He is, man, he's got some, maybe they greased him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Crying out loud. Looking for the pass here. Looking for Clarkson, a little too high.
Incomplete. Yep.
Yeah, Fogo was looking for the flag on that one. He got kind of pushed in the back. I think they maybe would probably call that uncatchable. It was way over top of everybody.
That'll bring up 3rd and 11.
3rd down, 11 yards to gain.
And again, offense requires a lot of execution, and a lot of things have to go right for offense to click. And we're kind of hitting a little bit of a
little snag
right here. Yeah.
All right, 3rd and 11. Ellenson back to pass again. Watch out. Across the middle, and he's picked off by number 13, Cale Whedon, and he's still on his wheels. And he's going to take a hit.
Ooh, that ball came out.
Oh, it did, but it went out of bounds. I want to say that might have been Ethan Jones, I think, on that hit.
Intercepted by Cale Whedon.
Yeah, Whedon on the reception, and I think he took a lick by Ethan Jones, if that's right. Yep, Ethan Jones came up and, wow, oof. We heard that one up here, Jerry.
Yeah. 1st and 10 in Richland Center territory at the 44-yard line.
And Jerry, first, honestly, that's kind of our first mistake so far tonight. We've been playing some pretty darn good ball.
Yep.
That one just, and you could see what they did to us, what we've been doing to them. They got some pressure on Ellenson on that one.
Yep.
There's going to be Brandis up the middle, and
Teague
Perkins says, nah, I don't think so, buddy. My goodness, no gain whatsoever on that.
They might want to try to block him.
Yeah,
Notice I said try. He's just been an animal.
Boy.
I mean, he's like almost single-handedly shutting down their run game.
Yep. Two receivers to the right, one to the left.
And now we're going to move him around with a little cycle look here.
Yep. Parman is at the tight end spot on the right-hand side. Yep. The only man down is going to be Aaron Davis at the nose tackle right now. Yep. You can see them all standing up. And here's that movement. They're all moving around. Nobody's standing still. Here it comes. Here comes the pressure right at the middle.
Ooh.
Oh, man. We're lucky. Ooh. It was Glarus.
Cole Brenninger on the tackle.
Yep, and Daishan Lee coming up hobbling a little bit here. A little gingerly on that one. I think he was one of the first ones to get into the backfield.
Does he have a bad ankle?
I'm not sure. It looked like he was kind of grabbing his knee. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, now you kind of see him kind of just hobbling off just a little bit. Hillers is going to come in and replace him.
Yeah, maybe
He's going to talk to Coach here real quick, and then maybe Sharon's going to talk to him. He's kind of pulling his foot up, so maybe it was an ankle thing or maybe a cramp into the yeah, it looks like he's going to try and get his leg stretched out. Yep. Get him a little water, get him hydrated.
There's that psycho package look
Yep.
again.
Davis, the only one down. Everybody up. Watch that screen pass. Backside. Oh, here comes a flag.
Probably
He's
a
going to
hold.
keep it. And he's going to get taken down. Short of the first down, I think, by Sam Bosworth, it looked like on the other side. But
I'm
usually,
thinking that's
Jerry,
usually in the area of a hole.
Yep, usually is. That's almost, 99.9% sure, and sure enough, there's your hold.
Yep.
There's a flag on the play.
All right, so if it's accepted, they're going to drop him back.
The indication is
I got to believe we'll take this one.
I would think so, too, because that's going to back him
That
up.
was a pretty big gainer they just picked up.
Right. Yeah, that would have given him about 4th and 4, it looked like, for where they spotted the ball. So now we're going to have 3rd down and probably
And it's a hold, so
Closer
it's just
to
a
20.
spot foul. So
Right,
it's gonna move them back. It's gonna march them back quite a ways.
Yeah, it might even be 3rd and 25, to be honest with you. Yeah, they're marching out some yardage here. Yep, they're going to put it back on the 40. So that's going to be 3rd and 26, if my math is right. I think.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a history teacher, Jerry.
Well, we just don't want 4th and 26.
Yeah.
That's that Green Bay.
Oh, geez, don't bring that up. For crying out loud. I'm trying to put that out of my memory, buddy.
No,
The old Donovan McNabb play. Crying out. Was that Donovan McNabb or Randall Cunningham that threw that?
I think it was McNabb.
I think it was, too. 4th and 26. You had to say that. Here's some pressure up the middle. Brock Lewis. Turn around. Oh, man.
Ball.
Bryce Hiller's lost it. They're going to get the first down on that. Man, oh, man. Hiller's just got turned around.
Yeah, that ball hung in the air for a long time.
Forever. And Bryce turned right, then he turned left, and the receiver turned around and located the ball. He was able to haul it in.
Yeah.
Got himself the first down.
Yeah, I just couldn't yell
had
ball.
to say it.
I just couldn't yell ball hard enough from here.
You had to say it, the 4th and 26 play. God darn it. I'm going to have to kick you out of the booth tonight.
I didn't mean to jinx us. I'm sorry.
That's all right. All right, so 1st and 10 for New Glarus Monticello. Right at about the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation. Marty back for the pass. He's going to try and run it himself. He's got a little bit of space, and that's going to be, I think Hiller's up for the tackle. See if I can find that number. Yep, that's Bryce Hiller's on the tackle. Gain of a few. He was looking to load that sucker up, Jerry, and toss it downfield, but he just couldn't. He couldn't do that, so he ended up tucking it and getting a few yards. Looks like Lee is down there on the sideline getting worked on by Sharon, and that's why Bryce Hiller is in that position.
Yes.
2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Parman on the left side is the tight end. Shotgun formation again for Marty. Brandis off to his right. And you can see 1 down again. Here comes that psycho package, getting a little pressure in the middle. Turn. Nate Fogo, turn. No. Oh, man, I don't know what to. I'm not sure. Well, then he picked the flag up, so let's see what happens.
Got him on the hold.
I think they're going to call it defensive holding. So maybe he was trying to throw that flag while the ball was in the air. No, they're well.
Passing interference is the call against the Richland.
I don't know. I don't know, Jerry. It seemed like Fogo had him step for step. He didn't get his head turned, but he just put his hand straight up, right? Which is a legal play. It's when you start, bumping into them or using your hands to hold them. So I'm thinking there must have been a jersey grab or something.
There must have been some contact even prior to that, I wonder.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's what it was. I don't think it was when the ball got there. I think it was prior to when the ball was in the air. So, all right, so New Glarus Monticello is going to have 1st and 10 from about, looks like at about the 13-yard line. Their best field position all night. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Marty in the shotgun again. Brandis to his left now. And it looks like, I think that's Eiler coming over in the tight end position. Yep. Here comes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Brandis. Nope, he's going to keep it. Marty's going to keep it, and he's going to find a seam.
He's just picking his way through there.
Yeah, he was. He was just kind of doing an Ellenson thing.
Yep.
Just looking for those seams. I think that might have been Colton Stibbe and maybe Bryson Clarkson in on the contact. And I think Marty might still be. No, he's up, but they're going to take an official's timeout. They're going to check on that QB.
There's an official timeout on the play.
He got up a little bit slow, Jerry, did Marty. So they're going to go check him out. I mean, he's jogging over the sideline, so that's a good sign for him. So I think they do kind of want to just check him out to make sure he's okay. And I think he's going to have to sit out for one play. Yep, they're going to put him over on the sideline. So it looks like, if I'm seeing this correctly, it looks like Cale Whedon is going to come in for QB. So number 13, Cale Whedon, will be throwing for New Glarus Monticello for at least one play.
Yeah, he's the kid that picked the pass off.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
He's looked like a good runner, too.
He plays a little bit of DB as well for them. And they actually have him listed as QB as well. Whedon is a junior, a little shorter than what Marty is, 5'10". Parman in motion. Whedon's going to keep. He's going to roll out to his right. He's looking to pass. Incomplete. Good defense.
Pretty good coverage.
Looked like
there.
Connor Ellenson on the up receiver, and I think maybe Alec McDonald on the back receiver. And Nate Fogo in the vicinity as well. So good defense by the Hornets.
Loss of down, 3rd down, 4.
We'll see if Marty comes back in on this play or if he's going to stay out for a little bit.
Yeah,
and it looks like they still got him on the sidelines.
You just wonder how shaken up he is.
Yeah, I wonder if he just kind of got his bell rung on that. I mean, he got into some traffic on that keeper. Might have kind of got rattled up a little bit.
Sometimes you get tackled on the football, knocks the wind out of you, and that takes a little bit to get over.
You bet. 2 receivers at the top of the screen, 2 receivers at the bottom. Whedon with the shotgun snap, looking to pass it in the end zone, a little too high. Yep, good coverage again. That looked like Ellenson and I think Bosworth over in that corner, or maybe Ellenson and Hillers.
So a big down right here, 4th and 4. They don't have to score. They do not have to score to get a first down.
Nope.
But that little cycle front is giving.
It's giving them fits.
It is. They're really having a tough time matching up and preventing the pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
And obviously, the quarterback is the backup. So.
Well, now Whedon went out and Marty just came back in.
Okay, so they're
back got their starter back in. So let's see what's happening here. Got a feeling. Yep. We're going to take an official's timeout. Looks like the head official is talking to the New Glarus Monticello coach. Can hear the student section riling up these folks up here. Oh, it looks like they're bringing the trainer, our trainer, Sharon Pansky, out onto the field. And the head ref is talking to her, and it looks like she's going to travel across the field. So I think maybe what they're doing, Jerry, and this is just speculation, but we keep talking about the safety of these players and whatnot. So my guess is that they're bringing
some kind of concussion
Sharon
protocol
across
maybe?
to come over and maybe take a look at a little bit of concussion protocol. It's a smart move. Again, you're looking for the protection of those players. You don't want these kids getting hurt in a way, that you could have prevented if that's the case. So
absolutely.
Whedon will come back in to throw. So 4th and 4, ball's at the 6. Yep, you can see on the screen right now that Sharon's talking with Marty right now. Max Marty. Again, this kid, Max Marty, 6 foot, 155, only a sophomore. Jerry, and I'm telling you, like we've been praising Teague Perkins out there as a sophomore. This kid's got some potential too, it looks like.
Yeah, he does. So
looks like we're taking a timeout. Yeah.
New Glarus Monticello just took a timeout.
Kind of stretching this out a little bit.
Well, and we had a little defensive momentum going on this series here.
Yep.
We need to get a stop. This is huge, right here. If we want to pitch that goose egg, that Coach Downing.
It's got to happen now.
This is it right here.
You bet. You bet.
This play is huge. So.
Yep. Yeah, we're seeing on screen right now Sharon kind of handling some of that concussion protocol stuff. Yep. Watching the eyes, so on and so forth. Again, folks, we got to tell you, and it's whether it's your team or the opposite team, you hate to see a player come out,
Yeah, you do.
especially if they're doing well and whatnot. But again, you got to take the safety of those kids into consideration. You'd hate to have it on your conscience for a kid to go back out there with a concussion, let's just say, and then really get their bell rung. You know,
and I've seen it. I've seen it many times on the sidelines. And
yeah,
it's you have to do what's best for the student, best for the player.
You bet.
All right, fourth
these
and
are
4
young
here.
kids. Yeah. Sorry, Jerry. It looks like a pass. There's a flag.
I was just gonna say, the motion in the back.
Incomplete pass too. Oh, wait a minute.
They're calling that a catch, I believe.
I thought they.
But
it is.
It's going to come back because
illegal motion.
That back shifted again before the snap.
Yep.
Same thing that you saw in the first half.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, greatest folks ever. Senior girls coming up, bringing us. Okay, yeah, you guys can come back in. Come on. Yeah, it's okay. Couple volleyball girls.
Look at that.
Yeah. Food for the folks. Thank you guys. Appreciate
you guys.
it. Paige Shower, KJ Lewis. Hey, maybe this is what Brock Lewis was eating before the game.
It might be.
You know what? I'm going to dig in, buddy.
Yeah, these are good.
I get home and maybe I'll have a little juice. I have a little energy. There it is. Here, yep, good stuff. You know what? The funny thing is, Jerry, I was just thinking about this. Last week we were at Prairie. I'm trying to eat a microphone for the guy that was upstairs making the call. I got a taste of your meal. It's a nice-looking brat. God darn it.
So we're going to redo fourth down.
Yep.
Instead of 4th and 4 or whatever it was, 4th and 3, it's now 4th and 8.
And they haven't changed that on the scoreboard. So what you're seeing on the scoreboard, not quite correct. It's about 4th and 8 or 4th and 9 right now. Ball sitting at it just behind the 10-yard line. Call it the 11. Shotgun snap formation. Whedon again looking to air it out. Nate Fogle over there. And it's going to be a touchdown. Whedon comes in to deliver. Pitch and catch. That was going to be caught by Reed Ryder. Fogle was in position. He just kind of got behind the kid and couldn't recover once Ryder kind of made the stop to come back for that ball. That's a tough ball to really kind of to hold on or to key in on if you're a defensive back, especially when that kid's kind of taking that post route to the corner of the end zone. Point after attempt coming up here.
So they are going to kick the PAT.
Yep. Looks like Whedon's going to be the holder, and looks like Eli Zimmerman as the kicker. 6'4", 180, senior. Kick is up. It's good.
Wide to the left.
Oh, no, it's not good.
Wide to the left.
And New Glarus is looking for a running into the kicker, but it looked like I don't know, I have to kind of go back and take a look at that one a little bit later, Jerry, but it looked like both, because they kind of got pressure coming in from both sides, and it looked like both the kids kind of just crisscrossed over top of each other and stayed away from the kicker. If they didn't, I made a bad call.
Well, we didn't get the goose egg we were after, but 22-6, 23 ticks on the clock left for in the third quarter. We're going to get the ball back right here, and be nice to see something. Dave's not happy.
I saw it too. Hoping for that shutout and didn't quite get it.
Yeah. Well,
but, you know, just like we would tell the kids, Jerry, nothing to hang your head about. You know, I mean, yeah, the goal is, hey, let's keep a goose egg up on the board. Didn't happen. 22-6 right now. Offense, you make up for that touchdown. Keep things rolling. Let's see what happens.
Well, he's got a lot of competitive fire, and, you know, that's why our defense is what it is. You know, it's contagious, and they feed off him. You heard it in the post-game interview we had a couple weeks ago. You know, they sang high praise for him, and they believe in him, and he believes in them. So it's tough. I mean, you set your goal, and you go into the game, and I'm sure there's a couple things differently he would have liked to seen there. And, yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird how that all transpired with the injury. And
right.
I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, that was kind of an odd end of the, you know,
kind of a momentum breaker, really.
Yeah, it stifled things. Hey, watch me. All right, here we go. So New Glarus is going to go ahead and kick off here. They're second. Oh, no, it's going to be a little squiver, and it's going to be Dyshawn Lee on the grab, and he's going to get some yardage. Nice run. Brings it up to about the 49.
Yeah, he was a tackle or two away from breaking that.
Yeah, he was. The kicker, Zimmerman. Little trouble getting up off the ground.
I don't know if they want to see him in the open field. I saw him after he got the injury down here, the cramp. He was trying to run it out here on the sideline. He can move.
Yeah, he's got jets.
He's got some jets.
He's got jets. All right, so here we go. Hornets back on offense. Brock Lewis to the bottom of your screen. That looks like Sam Bosworth to the top. And you got Nate Fogo in the slot. Ellenson in the shotgun. Fogo comes in motion. And here comes Ellenson right up the middle. Found a seam. Ooh, he took a shot too. Gain of about 5 or 6 on that one. I think they're going to give him 5 probably.
Tackled by Jackson Eiler.
Eiler on the tackle.
Gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5.
That'll bring us to the end of the third.
And that's the end of the third quarter. With your score, Richland Center 22. Glarus Monticello 6.
Well, some good things and some bad things, but I'd still like to. And I know the coaching staff agrees. I'd like to see something still positive happen here in the second half. Wasn't a bad quarter for us, but we got a little jump around going on. You hear that in the background? Awesome. Student section's going nuts. Cheerleaders. Players on the sideline. Well, let's let you listen. All right, first play of the fourth quarter, second down and about just shy of 5. Ooh, that didn't turn out well. New Glarus Monticello got a lot of pressure right up the middle. Connor did a little pass fake and had those guys right in his face. Pretty big loss on the play, about 2 or 3. Third down at about 12. Yeah, their defensive front is
very aggressive and very big.
just lost the feed.
Lost it? I'm back?
Yeah, they're on back.
We're back. Sorry, folks, had to step away. A little bit of jump around for the third. Oh, man. Jerry, I think what we're seeing right now, New Glarus Monticello is starting to key up their defense. And they're doing the same thing to us as we were doing to them. They're getting a lot of pressure on Ellenson. He doesn't have time to set and throw.
Right. On something like that, and I don't know if that was designed, but if he's going to roll to the left, being a right-handed thrower, he needs to sprint, and he's got the wheels to do it. Sprint out there, set his feet, and throw.
Then throw, yeah.
You know, trying to just work his way out there slowly. Not slowly, but, you know, not a sprint out. I'd sprint him out there,
right,
so he can set his feet and throw the ball. That's a nice kick.
Yeah, it is. Oh, get on
not
it.
a good
get
bounce,
on.
though.
Nope. But puts him on about the 24.
Down by Aaron Davis at about the 24-yard line.
29 yards.
Well, folks, one thing I can tell you is that tonight is football weather.
Yeah, it is.
Just going to check here real quick. 52 degrees is what I got on my my gauge right now, Jerry. 52, that's chilly enough.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. Good fall weather. A little bit damp tonight. We said we had that little system come through. Got the field a little soggy, but I tell you what, right now, Jerry, the field looks pretty darn good.
It does.
A little bit up the middle there, but by and large, it's looking pretty good right now. Shotgun snap, and it is Whedon still back in there. Oh, and that's, oh, man. Oh. Was that Nate Fogo? Nope, Brock Lewis. It was Nate Fogo. just had that ball in his hands. Man, oh man.
Really good coverage out there in the flat, and ball was overthrown a little bit and just out of the reach of Nate. Almost had her.
He really did.
2nd and 10.
So haven't seen Max Marty come back in yet. And it looks like I can kind of see across the field that Sharon is still talking to him. He's got his helmet off. So it may just be that Sharon's trying to finish that concussion protocol for him. Very possible. So Whedon will be back there at QB. He's got 2 receivers to his left and 1 to his right. Brandis is coming out of the backfield. Oh, man.
Is that Brock Lewis?
Yeah, that was Brock Lewis. And Whedon's going to take it the other direction. And he's got some yardage. And it looked like, yeah, I think that was
shy.
Maybe Colton. Nope, Aaron Davis on the stop. And, yeah, I think they're going to keep him just a bit shy of the first down. He was looking to go left with that pass here. You could see that getting set up. And then he saw, hey, it's not there. Looked off to his right, had some green to get around the outside, took off.
Yeah, and he avoided a lot of trouble. He was in for a big loss there. And
right.
He avoided that first pressure from Brock and turned it into a positive gain.
No wonder Sharon hasn't come back over. She's looking at another player right now. That's Zimmerman. He's their kicker. Oh, now look at, we got Max Marty back in at QB. So their starter's back in. Parman in motion. And this is going to go to Brandis right at the middle. And I think he got the first down.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Boy, that's all.
He didn't have much to get.
They're giving him the first. Yep. I mean, it was, if he got it, nose of the football probably, because he didn't have hardly anywhere to go. It looked like Perkins and maybe Davison on that tackle. No, Brock Lewis. Oh, shocker. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10. They're sitting right at the 35-yard line. Marty back to pass again, getting some pressure by Brock Lewis. Oh, man.
Brock Lewis again.
Yeah, he was. He was back there in the backfield again.
I have a feeling we're going to have a word with him after the game.
Yeah, Max Marty was looking for AC Stroke on the reception. Overthrew him just a little bit.
I'm thinking he might be our post-game interview.
That's probably a good possibility.
Probably a good chance.
Maybe we can get Teague Perkins up here, too.
That would be all right. Yeah, they've really been unreal.
Yeah.
Both of them.
They've been lighting things up tonight on that defensive side of the ball, folks. Connor Ellenson with that good stick on the first half on that draw or that
screen
that they were trying to. Yeah,
he's had a few good sticks.
Yeah, he has.
That one was stellar though.
Yeah,
it
was
top notch.
Trying to come across. Oh,
that ball's find the ball.
Get up there. And that was
good play, Bryce.
Bryce Hillers on that deflection.
Pretty good play.
Yeah, it was.
Was that Stoke?
Going again for Stoke. Yep. And guess who was in the backfield with a little pressure? I'll give you 3 guesses. First 2 don't count, okay? Number 12, Brock Lewis. I got to tell you this. I don't know if you folks saw this at home. The student section always does say, "We got spirit." Yes, we do. We got spirit. How about you? And then they point towards the opposing team's student section. And one of the girls said, "We don't." All right, shotgun snap. Having a little trouble hanging on to that ball. And he's going to way overthrow it. A little bit of miscommunication. Max Marty tried to get it out there to somebody, and there was just nobody out there to get it to, Jerry. I don't know if it was a miscommunication, but.
Yeah, the receiver cut off his route.
Yeah.
He had him going long.
He overthrew him by probably 15 to 20 yards. I mean, he aired it out. Again, that's one of the things that you can see if you're a New Glarus Monticello fan and you see this kid, pitching that thing, down the field. The kid's got an arm.
He's great. He's a great runner too. So,
yeah.
We keep talking about dual threat, which Ellenson is for us, and they got 2 more years with this kid. So,
4th and 10, they're going for it. And he's going to whip it down the field again, and again,
pretty good coverage.
Hillers was with him step for step, and he did okay, so this is going to bring me back to that penalty on Fogo. When the ball got there, Fogo and Hillers did exactly the same thing. So that leads me to believe on that call on Fogo that he probably had maybe a jersey tug or something before before the ball got there. So
we got a holding penalty on New Glarus, probably going to be declined.
I would imagine.
First down, Hornets. I did not realize that was fourth down. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
So,
I got your back, but
yeah,
hey, that was fourth down.
That was
We're taking over.
No brainer on the decline of penalty, right?
That's all right. All right, so Hornets going to take over from the 35-yard line. Again, great field position.
Yeah, I'd really like to see something.
Let's see, capitalize on this one.
Let's do something offensively here.
Yeah.
We've been kind of stagnant in this quarter, for the third quarter. And just like to see us. I'm not saying rub anything in. It's not even it's only a 2-score game.
Right.
So.
But just kind of, put a little something in there. Goes
Bryce.
Oh my goodness. Well, Jerry, you were looking for
nice
it.
Block.
And there it is.
Took it in from 35 yards out. Picked up a nice block.
I think that might have been Nate Fogo out there in that lead block. I'd have to take a look at that again, but
Sam Bosworth too.
Yeah, somebody was out there and gave him a beautiful lane to run. Gorgeous 35-yard gallop for.
I guess that's
Bryce Hillers.
Asking you shall receive. That's what I was looking for.
Were you
just
did
some
you
kind
get
of a
into Schwartz's headset? Is that what you were doing?
I think so. Maybe
a little bit of crossover.
There's the Daffy Duck look for the extra point again,
and we're gonna kick it. That's a typical Lancaster thing that we see, but all right. Hillers for the point after, and blocked. And kind of see Bryce not really happy with himself in that one, but again, that puts us up to 28-6. All right, Jerry. Well, you said, ask and you shall receive, and you know what? This is what we needed. We needed another score. It was kind of one of those, you were right. I mean, it was kind of felt like things just kind of, the brakes got put on. We just weren't able to kind of keep that offensive momentum going.
Well, and right there with Bryce, you got to see what Coach Schwartz talked about at halftime, maybe attacking that middle a little bit. That time it worked.
Yeah.
There was a seam there.
Got
he
that
hit
lead
the
block.
seam and picked up a couple of blocks downfield and took it to the house. So
35-yard gallop.
Yeah, just a heck of a run.
Yep. All right, so 28-6. We got 9:58 left on the clock, fourth quarter. Cheerleaders getting another workout. All right, so Hillers is going to come up here for the approach. Here's the kick, low liner, end over end. Going to bounce at about the 15. Going to be picked up at about the 5. And trying to see who brought him down. Colton Stibbe. And I think Trevin Thielman.
Was that Whedon on the return?
I think it was Whedon on the return. I couldn't quite see the number. I think it was Stibbe and Thielman on the combination tackle there. All right, 1st and 10 for the New Glarus Knights. Glarner Knights, my apologies. Haven't gotten a
no response on that
No,
one?
I don't think so. Maybe the New Glarus folks aren't quite checking in, which, all right. Maybe they don't know about us. Jerry, we got to get somebody in New Glarus. You know what? I got a couple of folks down there. Maybe I should talk to them. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 28. New Glarus taking over here on offense. Little pass over the top, and Stibbe was on the coverage. That was going for Brandis. And just see. Who's 42?
Last year, Jack Teska.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right, so Hornets back on the defense. 2nd and 10 now with that incomplete pass. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 28. Carl Truesdale checking in from Indianapolis, Indiana, home of the Colts. Brandis on that carry, and it looked like, I think, Teague Perkins. Yeah, Teague Perkins in on that tackle. Prairie du Chien 24, Platteville 14 final. 24-14. Also, we got a final from the Broadhead Judah River Valley game, 39-7. 39-7. Valley had a late fourth quarter TD. Bagley with a big game. Thanks again, Shane Miller, for that. Appreciate that from you guys. Yeah, but still nothing, Jerry, about a Glarner night. Glarner. Brock Lewis in with some pressure. Get over there. Oh, man, I thought for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I thought Sam Bosworth was going to grab that for a pick.
All
right. So now we're looking at a 4th and 8. 4th and 8 from the 30. I don't know if it's so Jerry and I were trying to figure out some Glarner night, what that means. You know what? Maybe I'll just Google it. Because I don't know if that's right, Jerry. You know, if it was, I'd be a Glarner fan. I'll just tell you. All right, so 4th and 8, ball in the 30. Shotgun snap. Look at Sam Bosworth just got a birthday gift in his hands and he dropped it. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it turned over on downs anyway, but he sat down in that route and the ball just came right to him. And yeah, he's. I know he'd like to have another shot at that one.
Right.
1st and 10, Hornets though, and we probably end up with better field position by missing the ball, as it was over on downs.
Right.
So with 8:57 to go, 28-6, Hornets take over at the New Glarus 30-yard line.
Okay, Jerry, I'm doing a little bit of research on this, and if I get this wrong, then please, New Glarus fans, let me know. I think the Glarner comes from Glarus, from that name.
There's Bryce
Oh
Hillers.
boy, there he goes again. Great run, wonderful run.
Bryce Hillers with a gain of 16 yards.
16-yard gallop for Hillers. So that Glarner might be a Swiss thing of some sort.
Okay.
So the Glarner night. I'm
Sure.
making an assumption here. I'm just kind of trying to put 2 to 2 together. Last time I put 2 and 2 together, though, Jerry, I got 6. Maybe my math's off. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what 2 and 2 to makes, but we'll take 6 right here. Let's put this one in the end zone.
So
Let's
maybe
put
that's
this
a 2
in
and
the
2
end
today.
zone.
All right. 1st and 10 from the 13 after that gallop from Bryce Hillers. Shotgun snap. Ellenson looking to go to the air. He's looking to go to Bosworth. Bosworth's
Got him.
open. He's got the TD.
Touchdown, Bosworth. Sam Bosworth.
Distributing the wealth a little
Went
bit.
up high and grabbed it.
He high pointed that ball, came down with it. Beautiful
Nice catch.
pitch and catch.
Yep, nice pass, nice catch.
13-yard pass from Ellenson to Bosworth. And that'll take us up to 34 and point after attempt coming up. Jerry, what I'm noticing on this point after attempt, you're not seeing that spread, that Daffy Duck look.
Right.
You're just seeing them all standing. I wonder if that had something to do with that kick. That
It
last
could have.
one. And this one's up, and yeah, that one's good from the Wisconsin River.
Yeah. Yes, sir. 35-6. 8:18 to go. Loving this big time. That's more like it.
This is, the old Jerry, and I don't want to. I'm not rubbing any salt or anything like that. Coach Darling wanted that shutout. I think that's the only thing that makes this thing sweeter. But honestly, we had that little bit of lull. New Glarus comes in, gets their 6, whatever. But, quite honestly, beyond that, I'm telling you what, we're still, all 3 aspects of the game are really kind of just lining up. We're
They
doing
really
exactly what we need to do.
They really are. And, statistically, yeah.
I see them lining up, yeah,
Yep.
warming up a little bit. Statistically,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But, a third quarter maybe wasn't our best quarter so far tonight, but we bounced back in the fourth here and picked up a couple more scores. It wasn't that we played a bad third quarter. It was a solid. We played solid football.
Yep.
But just compared to that first half, it's hard to because we really had a lot of spark.
Broderick's down there. One of our camera guys, Broderick, he's down there in the sidelines. He's having a lot of fun with the student section. They're cheering him on. There's our cheerleaders giving our 35 kicks. Told you those girls are going to be in for a workout tonight.
Yeah,
They're
they
doing
are.
great, though. They're literally kicking it.
And really. And this is where it gets fun. It's nice to see some people that put a lot of time and hard work in getting in the end zone tonight.
Yeah.
Sam Bosworth, I think that was his first score of the year.
Yep.
And Brock Lewis getting in the end zone a couple times in that first half.
Low liner.
They deserve it. They worked very hard.
Yep. Whedon trying to pick that one up, and he does. Knocked out of bounds by Teague Perkins. Another name we've been calling a lot tonight.
A lot, yep. Special teams and defensive line. He's having a heck of a night. He's coming off, though. Must be putting in a little younger unit in there. How can you get younger than a sophomore? That's bad when you're a sophomore and you're a veteran. You got to come out.
Looks like, I think, Tate Young going in, number 66.
It looks like Wes Bosworth might be in on that defensive line, too. Number 6.
Double check that. Yeah, Tate Young, number 66, and then also Bosworth, number 6. In on defense right now, giving Perkins a little bit of a break. Little pitch and catch. That's the Portman.
That's Parman.
Or Parman, I apologize. Ellenson with a tackle.
Was that Ellenson?
Yeah, another stick. Good grief, that kid.
I think it might have gotten to the point now where they, catch the ball, turn and look for 4.
Yeah, and maybe just go down.
Where's that missile at? Where's he coming from?
Yeah, no kidding. Glarus, a little bit of a hurry-up offense here. We're looking at a psycho package. No down lineman right now. Aaron Davis slices through the middle. He's on pursuit. So is Tate Young.
Tate Young.
Yep, and I think that was no surprise. No, actually, I was going to say Connor Ellison, but it was Colton Stibian on that grab. Takes him down. Now you see Bruce Buckholtz and Teague Perkins come back in. Davis and Young come off. Shotgun snap, 2 receivers to the left. He's looking that way, going over the middle. Put your hands up. Oh, man. Oh my goodness. Jerry, you and I were both looking at that and going, just catch it.
He almost came up with that.
Oh, my word.
I'm not sure how, but he did.
I don't either.
Oh, my gosh. What a play.
Yeah, and he knows it, too. He knows it, too.
Because he turned it. It was just at the last minute.
Yeah.
And reacted to that ball.
And
ball
bobble, and it looked like he was going to just kind of wrangle it in, and man. So Hiller's on that defense. And again, he's been with those receivers.
That's the second time he's been step for step with the guy.
Yep. This time it looks like he's lining up against Parman. Bosworth out here to the bottom of your screen.
Nope, he slipped.
Yep, and they're going for him right now, and and you probably would. Ellenson again with a tackle.
Is that kid a senior?
Which one, Parman? Yeah, Parman's a senior. 6'2", 200 pounds. He's a good-sized kid.
Yeah, he is.
And no wonder he's a target for him.
Yep. Very athletic.
Yep.
Good skills.
Easton Dreyfus is out on that side, too. So Parman and Dreyfus were on that left side. Hiller slipped, went down. That's, again, one of the other times that we've talked about a little bit of the field conditions and whatnot. You can see Bryce going over there right now trying to get the cleats cleaned off.
Yeah, and it hasn't been as big a factor as I thought it would be.
No, I agree with you. Parman in motion. They're going to pitch it over to him. And there he goes. Guess who's going to come up with the tackle?
There's that
Connor
missile.
Ellenson. There he is.
The missile from his safety spot.
The torpedo. My goodness.
Yeah, he gets the crosshairs on you, you're done.
Yeah. Lost a 2 on that. Parman just couldn't turn it upfield. He just couldn't make the corner. Ellenson just had him in his sights, and he just, again, formed tackle, wrapped him up. A little bit of a high snap. Oh, looking at, here it is, Ellenson again. Oh, my.
I'll remind you, not only has he made tackle after tackle tonight, how about the strip ball that led to our first score?
No kidding. And I got to tell you, Jerry, I think that might have been in his mind on that one, too.
Yeah.
Spun him around and
just making plays.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe we're going to get a couple seniors up here in Lewis and Ellison tonight.
Could
I don't
be.
know.
Could
I'm
be.
not sure who we're getting, but
Well, he's really
Boy,
played
oh boy.
he's really played a ball game.
He's
I'll
put a
tell ya.
clinic on tonight. I'm telling you what. Him and Lewis both. And honestly, I'll say this, Jerry. I think Ellenson's kind of taken over where Lewis has maybe kind of, relaxed a little bit. He's still getting pressure up the middle and everything, but this time pressure coming from Bryson Clarkson.
He almost came up
Incomplete
with an
pass.
interception.
Another pick almost. Good grief.
Got good pressure that time.
Yeah. Bryson Clarkson in the face of Marty.
Barely able to get it off. And
Yeah.
He just kind of threw it down the middle, kind of a wounded duck, and that's usually got interception written all over it. And it almost was.
And it was, yeah. All right, so 4th and 20 for Glarus Monticello. Parman coming down here to the bottom side of your screen, along with Dreyfus. Can't quite see who's at the top, but 2 receivers to the top, 2 receivers to the bottom, shotgun formation. Brandis off to the left.
Ooh, there's West Bosworth.
Trying to sneak through. And thrown across his body, incomplete pass.
Yep.
So they're going to turn it over on downs. Hornets going to go back on offense. I wonder, I was just going to say, I wonder if we see Drew Pauls coming in at QB, and here he comes right now. All right, so Paul's coming in as QB. We got 5:23 left on the clock. 1st and 10. Hornets are going to take over at the 41 of Glarus Monticello. Clarkson to the top of your screen, Bosworth to the bottom. Looks like Fogo is going to line up in that tight end position. Pauls will be under center, and you got Davis and Hiller's behind him. Here comes the snap. Going to hand it off to Davis. Fullback draw. That play that worked amazingly at Dodgeville, if you remember correctly, Jerry. We were running that and running that and running that and running that. And, I mean, Aaron Davis had a ton of yardage in that game. Did really, really well with that. This one, trying to exploit that middle again, and they kind of sniffed it out a little bit.
Yeah, and he hasn't had a lot of opportunities in this game, but part of that's because of the way they're lining up and playing us. And their front's aggressive. It's big and
athletic.
And we've been able to, like Coach Schwartz said, take advantage of it in different ways.
Yep. Ellenson looking to pass out to Dyshawn Lee, who's going to get a lead block. And there he goes up the middle. And that's going to be pretty darn close to a first down. So Paul's the lead on that, and Lee's down again, and I got to think it's going to be cramps again. I'm reaching for that leg one more time. He's going to try and get I'm not sure if he's getting up off the field. Yeah, they're going to try and stretch him out again. You see the player's kind of stretching his legs out. Probably in that calf area again. That's what we saw.
Here's the thing. You mentioned this is his first game back. So, you see a lot of the cramping and stuff typically in those first couple games of the season. It's warmer and stuff. It's not warm tonight, but it is his first game back.
Right.
So it's hard to simulate game situations, even in practice.
Yeah.
I mean, and so I'm sure that's leading to some of this cramping that you're seeing with him.
Or maybe that's, maybe that's not cramping. I just took a look at what was going on there. I don't think that one's cramping, Jerry.
Okay, all right.
I don't think that one's cramping. I think that one's just one that maybe the guys know about.
Okay.
Poor kid.
Yeah, those aren't good either.
No, they're no fun. They're no fun. So he's Jerry, I watch a little bit of MMA. Well, I watch a lot of MMA. My daughter likes to watch that with me too, which is kind of awesome, I think. But you'll see that happen, and boy, you know it right away when those guys go down. You feel for them, man. Oh man, because that's a toughie. That's a tough one.
Yeah, and that could be what it is.
And he's laying down there for a while now, so I hope he's okay. Hope everything's all right with him. It was a great pitch and catch.
It was.
Paul's just put that thing on a line. He was Drew gave a two-step drop, fired it out to his left where Dyshawn was, grabbed the ball, started working his way to the inside, got a couple of nice blocks, got himself, and looking like they're putting him just shy of the first down. So 3rd and about a yard coming up. So
they ran that same route to him earlier, that little wide receiver screen where they, run him inside that trip set or whatever on that one side, and it's a good high percentage throw. I mean,
Right.
And then you're counting on run after the catch, which
he's able to do.
He did a really nice job with that.
Yep.
He's a kid that if he could break one, I mean,
Yeah.
he gets into the secondary, he's trouble.
Jerry, I'm going to retract what I said because this looks a little bit more serious than what I maybe thought it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because now you got Coach Troxel coming out as well. Coach Davis is out there. You got some of the players, some of the Hornet players, kind of around him right now.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to assume that it was a cramp. I mean, I think what he had earlier was a cramp when he came out the first time.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to assume that either.
They stretched him out, and then they had him running some sprints on the sidelines,
right,
trying to work it out.
And that's kind of what we thought initially.
This might not be the same injury at all.
I don't think it is either. Mom's coming down to the field as well. Geez, I hope this is our. I hope he's our. They're bringing the cart. God darn it! You hate to see something like this.
Yeah, you do.
Ah, shoot.
First night back, and
yeah.
And he's played a really great
yeah,
ball
he has
game.
On both sides of the ball. Yeah, he's done extremely well on defense. Hiller's giving us a couple thumbs up, so let's hope that's a good sign. Yeah, he's giving us some thumbs. Maybe he's showing those to Mom.
I hope so.
I think he's showing those 2 thumbs up to Mom. Going over there, giving Parman and the other New Glarus Monticello folks a thank you. They might have been the ones that let him know right away that, hey, there's something going on. Let's hope it's nothing too serious for him and it's a lot more precautionary.
Definitely they're trying to get some
fluids in him.
There, and that's a good sign. Maybe
yeah, it is.
Yeah, you hope that's all it is.
Right. Yeah, he's giving us the thumbs up right now, so that's good to see. Good to see that. Hoping everything's all right with him. First game back, we're hoping he's all right. Yep, there he is. There's the thumbs. All right, so that's a good sign, folks. Love to see that. Just couldn't get himself over to the sidelines. Yeah, he's doing all right. All right, Hornets going to get back on offense. If I know anything about Mr. Lee, he's probably feeling a little sheepish about that too. That's all right. Good to see him coming back over here. All right, so Hornets back on offense. It's going to be a handoff to Bryson Clarkson, who runs over. Look at him go!
Holy cow.
Oh, my good grief. Jerry, we needed 1. I think we got 15. Holy smoke. You love to see that.
Yeah, that was
Holy
something else.
Cow.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be denied. I mean, he was just...
He ran over Colton Stewart to get more yards.
Spinning and driving and keeping the legs churning.
I was going to say that same
stiff
thing.
arming, everything.
He never stopped moving his legs. It was amazing.
Oh, look, this is the formation we ran it out of, too.
Yep. So that kind of power back formation. Here goes to Clarkson again. He's going to get double teamed on that one. Gain a yard or so. I think maybe New Glarus Monticello saw that one coming, huh? All right. 3:30 on the clock. 35-6. Second 9. Ball sitting on the 19-yard line. Okay. We're getting some inside intel. Sounds like it's a really bad cramp for Lee. They're trying to stretch that out on him right now. Got some ice. Trying to smooth that out. Paul's looking to pass this one, and he's going to get rushed. I can't see 21. I think that's Eiler that came in on him.
They have really brought the pressure this second half.
Yeah,
You're
they
right.
have.
They dialed it up, and we've really struggled when we've had to go to the left.
Yeah, I would agree, Jerry. That seems to be kind of a little bit more problematic. We've had a little bit more success on the right-hand side with the passing game. Rolling out left, it just seems like that backside pressure from their left side is really getting there. And that time it was Eiler that got home on Paul's. He was able to get rid of it for an incomplete pass, so he avoids a sack, but looking for the pass again. Right across the middle.
Oh, nice. Is that Lewis?
That's Brock Lewis again. Quick pitch and catch.
Yes.
I think Drew Pauls had maybe a one-step drop on that, and that ball was out of his hands quick.
And he didn't have a lot of window to throw it
in.
And that was a nicely thrown ball.
And he's getting right back up on the line.
And Brock made a really nice catch in traffic.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like first and goal from about the 5. Aaron Davis going.
Aaron Davis with a gain of 2 or 3 yards.
So it's going to put him on the Looks to me like it's putting him on about the 3-yard line, maybe the 4-yard line, and hurry up offense again.
Ellenson has split end out here?
Yeah, he's at the split end out on this side. Here comes Hillers, and Hillers is going to try, and he's working it. Didn't get much on that one, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 4. 3rd and goal. They're going to give him about a half a yard. Looks like at about 3-yard line. Stroke on the tackle. Let's see what we do here.
Might have to use a timeout.
I was going to say something about that, Jerry, but it looks like they're going to bring a play in. Yep. Troxel sent in the play from the sidelines here, so Clarson's going to come back in with that. Again, you see Ellenson split out to the right. Clarson's going to be in the slot, and it looks like Brock Lewis to the top. Aaron Davis in front of, and it's going to be Davis. And in he goes. That's a touchdown. There it is. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Aaron Davis.
Aaron Davis.
There's your running clock.
Jerry, if my calculations are correct, I think that's 5 touchdowns by 4 different players.
And a running clock.
Yeah, and a running clock.
That's what you asked about before?
Yep.
It was 2011.
It was.
Now it's 2021.
You literalist. God darn it. So we're making history. You know what? I'm okay with that. As a history teacher, I'm all right with this football team making some history.
Not a lot of time to run off, but it is going to be a running clock.
Low snap. Kick is good. Just about tags into the scoreboard down there.
Yeah, he doesn't get cheated on those extra points.
No, I don't think he does. All right, so 42-6, a $1:47 left on the clock. Hornets are going to kick off to the Glarus Monticello. They're going to have probably one last chance here to throw something into the end zone. Thanks again, folks, for tuning in. We really appreciate all you folks doing that. Did you see that?
Did you give me some different hair or what?
Or none.
No hair?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Kim Johnson sent that one in for us. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks,
appreciate
Kim.
it. Said Mark's twin. Oh, the things you can do with a phone. All right, Brock Banker checking in. Go Hornets. Katie Coy. Alan McDonald watching from Lake Stevens, Washington. Nice job. Thanks, Alan, for checking in with us. Jesse Ewing says, look like it's about time to replace the Hornet flags. Look a little bit worn. I think they've been up here for a little while. Oh, Victoria Ritten, thank you. Didn't even think about this, Jerry. You ready? Last time we had a running clock, last year at the Dells.
Oh.
Didn't even think about that.
Sure. Very good.
Thanks, Victoria. Appreciate that.
The playoff game.
Yeah, it was.
Sure enough, 40-0.
Yep.
How could my memory be that short? I mean, that's yeah. We were there.
Yeah, we were.
We were freezing, but no, we weren't. We were in the
nice
turkey
and toasty
blind.
in the turkey blind.
That's right. That's right.
One thing we didn't eat tonight was the turkey blind, although it did get a little bit cooler. I don't know if you guys have noticed at home. You got a sweatshirt on. I got a sweatshirt on.
Yeah.
It is a little bit cooler. So I'm not sure who was on the tackle on that one.
Well, it is fall. The autumnal equinox was this week, so
yep,
it's here, whether we want it to be or not. It's
that was
here.
a science
beautiful
term, I
too.
think, right there, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was.
What a beautiful day! It's just it was gorgeous today.
You know what? I'm able to take the kids outside, for class and whatnot. So we try to get break up the 90 minutes with a little bit of walk or whatnot. So we did, and oh man, just gorgeous out there.
High snap.
We didn't. Oh yeah, yep. That's not gonna.
Was that
ain't going
Stibby?
nowhere. Stibby in on the tackle.
Oh wait a second. It was Cole Brenninger.
Was it Cole Brenninger? I thought it was Stibby in on that one.
Cole
No,
Brenninger.
it was Cole Brenninger, 22. Snuck right in there. It was a high snap. We didn't try to hand it off, and he had nobody there to hand it off to.
Yep. They're going to set up quickly here.
Uh-oh, you better get off the field.
Running clock.
Yep.
30 seconds to go. This is going to end quickly.
Yep.
Nothing doing there. Nice tackle.
Brandis. Won it.
Tripped up by Bryson Clarkson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Want to give a big shout out to Schreibers again for sponsoring this game.
Yep.
Folks, again, we tell you, there's no way that we do this without you folks. So Schreibers, tremendous shout out to you guys. We're going to get you in another commercial towards the end of the game. Probably sometime before we get a couple players of the game tonight.
You bet. Thank you very much, Schreibers.
Yeah, I think
there's
this
a
is
big
going to be
stuff.
about
That's probably going to be
That's it.
There's your dagger if you want to use
And the old Wayne
Larrabee
Larrabee
stuff. Yeah.
All right, 42-6 for the Hornets over New Glarus Monticello, the Glarner Knights.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a big win.
Yeah.
Not just in the way that it happened, but we needed it. We put a couple together now. We're kind of moving later into the season. We're in good contention. We have a non-conference game next week, right here against Westfield, homecoming.
But it will count for our record,
It does count for overall record,
and a win puts us in the playoffs, Jerry.
Yes. So obviously that's something we're shooting for, but we have 3-1 in the league right now.
Yeah.
And
so this makes it 4-1.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So 4-1. We got a 4-1 record right now. So
I think we're probably even with Valley after tonight.
I think you're right, Jerry. Yeah, and Broadhead Judah going to probably and they're going to move to 5-0 tonight. They've not lost to anybody. So yeah, it's good times all around. This is the kind of stuff that we really like to see. Kids are out there having fun, lighting things up, doing some great things. Jerry, I want to probably say that the takeaway for tonight is that all three aspects of the game worked well. I mean, it wasn't 100% all the time across the board, but I'm telling you what, our special teams played well for field position. Our defense stepped up where they needed to step up, when they needed to step up. We allowed one score. One. That's it.
Yeah.
And then the offense really started to string some things together. Once that, it kind of seemed like once that first touchdown happened, and in the first quarter, which hasn't happened yet this year, that was kind of that just kind of rolled things up. It just amped. You could kind of feel it here,
Yeah, I'm not liking the playing from behind thing. I felt much better being in the lead, being in charge, and no, that was excellent. And you're right about the three phases and how they all clicked together. And without a doubt, our best ball game of the year so far as complete.
I was just going to say that too, Jerry.
And each opponent's different, so you got to look at that. But I'm kind of one of those guys that I like to look in the mirror, and I like to realize we control a lot, and tonight we took care of business.
Yeah.
And we didn't make the mistakes we've made in the last few weeks.
Right.
We took charge, and we just looked good in every aspect. So it really made a difference, and it just made for a good all-around win.
Yeah, it was. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there, Jerry. We've been waiting for this game.
Yes.
All season long. We saw, even in the loss that we had last year opening at Lancaster, even then, I mean, we had some offensive things going. We had some special teams going. We definitely had some defense going. But this game seems to be the one so far that we can kind of point to go, everything was clicking. We had it all going. We had it all going right tonight. So that's encouraging to see. And after the battle that we went through at Prairie,
this was a heck of a bounce back from that. I mean, we come out of there with a win, but it wasn't easy. And
oh my goodness,
it was we trailed for what, how many minutes of that game, right?
Almost all of it.
Yeah, and so it was just to pull that out at the end there in exciting fashion the way we did.
Right.
I think it just carried right into this. It gave us momentum, but I think this game's going to be interesting for the coaching staff because sure there's some things we still need to work on, things we need to clean up, but we can build on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can build on this big time. Good to see you.
Thanks again to Coach Carlson for coming back and doing our announcing tonight.
Mr. Theed as a spotter.
Yeah, Mr. Theed as the guy that was eyes in the sky. I don't know if that guy's still up here or not. Oh, no, he slides out. He's like the wind, that guy.
Yeah, he is.
Which is kind of tough for the guy that size, I'm telling you what. I don't know how he does it.
Takes a lot of wind.
Yeah, well, he blows a lot of wind, I'll tell you that much. If you guys know anything about Ken Theed, you know he's a storyteller, so good to see that. Good to see that. We got word from my understanding. Oh, you got my good side, Matt. There it is. See that? There's the good side right there. Listen, it sounds like we're going to get 2 players and a coach up here tonight for our post-game interview. So that's always good to see. I can't speculate on who it's going to be. Okay, I'm gonna speculate on who it's going to be. I'm probably thinking Brock Lewis, Connor Ellenson, probably Coach Darling. So we're going to cut to commercial real quick. Give Schreibers another shout out. So we'll be back in just a moment with our players of the game and coach of the game. quarterback.
Oh, are we?
Yep. I thought you had a little more time. That's all right. Hey, so we're back here. Again, huge shout out, Schreiber Foods, for sponsoring this game. Feels good, too. So, Schreiber, thank you very much for that. Like we said, we're going to get a couple players of the game. We're going to get a coach of the game. And actually, this is kind of a bonus because, Jerry, we got to coach the game for halftime show, too.
Absolutely.
Coach Gary Schwartz, again, thank you to him for coming up and spending some time with us. We really appreciate that, giving us a little insight. And, you know, Jerry, he was talking about the idea of kind of starting to run some of that stuff in the middle, and we did. We saw some success with that. So a little bit of stifling at points, too, from their defense. But that was the one thing I did notice, if we're going to talk about adjustments in the second half. New Glarus Monticello really did start dialing up their defense.
Yeah, they started bringing the pressure, especially on those pass plays, and really making life tough for Connor. He didn't really get too many good looks from the air, just because he had people in his face. And they got some big guys in that front and aggressive, and they got in tight and brought a lot of people and really made things a little bit tougher.
Yeah, they did. Hey, I was 2 for 3. Brock Lewis, Coach Darling, but the other guy that we talked a lot about tonight, Teague Perkins.
I couldn't agree more. Get number 34 up here.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. And I like his haircut.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, he had the mullet thing going on, and then he actually got it cut, and I was like, who the heck is that kid?
I'm not sure I liked the tutu last night, though. I'm going to give him some crap.
Maybe you give him
one.
you give a little bit of a hard time on that. That's all right. Not a problem at all. Here comes number 12, Brock Lewis.
Wow.
Come on in, gentlemen. Nice
there
work.
First thing we want to ask, what did you eat for supper? Because whatever it was, we want to get some.
Hang on to this, buddy.
I had a triple cheeseburger from McDonald's.
We'll be going to McDonald's.
I think that's where we're heading. We thought maybe it was a brat from downstairs because they brought some of us.
Whatever energy those things have, it was apparent tonight.
It was amazing. So, Brock, first off, first half, you were exploding both sides of the ball. A couple TD catches. You got getting in the backfield, making defensive stops. What was your mindset going into tonight's game? Get that thing a little closer. Everybody at home wants to hear you, buddy.
Pretty much just I'm better than they are on the O-line because I watch their film. But on offense, it was more of just like, I don't know, get open. That's pretty much it.
And keep it simple, right, buddy? Keep it simple. And you did. You got open. Great touchdown catches.
That one catch over there in the corner.
Oh, my goodness.
That took a lot of focus because you kind of bobbled it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then drug it into the end zone. That was sweet.
What were you thinking when you were bobbling it? Just catch it.
Grab the dang thing.
That was amazing. No, I mean, good catches on the offensive side. I got to say,
these guys look way better tonight than they did last night in their tutus. You guys had to be at Valley last night. Yeah, it was interesting.
A fun game. We were hoping
some of the garb was interesting.
Yeah, it certainly was. We were hoping they were going to come out with a W, but just came up a little bit short. So, what are you looking for next week? Homecoming. What are you expecting?
Hopefully the same thing, same outcome.
Absolutely.
I like it. All right. Thanks, Mr. Lewis.
Yeah, thanks,
Appreciate it, bud.
Thanks
Hand
a lot,
that
Brock.
thing over to
Good game. Awesome game.
Mr. Perkins there. Come on in, Tigger. We called your name. I think
it was a lot.
I ran out of fingers, bud. I ran out of fingers. We just kept saying your name. What are your thoughts on getting into the backfield? Man, we saw that was where you were most effective.
Yeah. Well, if Brock wasn't so dang fast, I would have got a couple more sacks.
Ain't that the truth? He's got some wheels, but I'm telling you what, that backside pursuit from you tonight, it was lethal. It was lethal. That quarterback had fits trying to keep you off of him.
Yeah, and you seem like you make a lot of plays on special teams, too. I mean, you're always down there in those coverage units.
Yeah.
Yep, just find the ball.
Just being aggressive and get down the field. Awesome.
So I was mentioning on the live stream, we thought maybe that they put a little steak sauce on the ball, so that's why you guys could smell it so well. If you could have eaten it, you would have?
Yeah, definitely.
You guys were eating up quarterbacks tonight, so that was pretty awesome.
Yep.
Next week, homecoming, Westfield coming in.
Yep.
What do you think? Hype for the game?
1 win away.
1 win away, baby.
Playoffs.
That's right. That's awesome.
How's that feel as, in kind of early in your high school career as a sophomore, getting out there, talking about playoffs for next week?
Can't wait. I mean, I'll get to play, so.
That's right.
Wait.
And that's what it's about?
Yep.
Getting out there playing.
Yep. And it makes all that hard work worth it. You guys put a lot of
Yep.
time in the off season, and this is where it's sweet.
Yeah.
This is where it really starts to pay off.
You guys are busting chops out there, man.
Yep.
Love to watch this stuff, buddy.
It's been fun.
Love to watch it.
We get the best view from up here, too.
Yeah. We got a couple views.
34 all over the place. Number 12 all over the place.
Yep.
So
it was great to call your name.
You guys have a great
tonight.
game tonight. Great game.
You bet. on the defensive side of the ball. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Teague,
Nice
good
job
job,
tonight,
man.
bud.
Thanks for setting this up and doing all this.
Anytime.
Great job.
Anytime. Appreciate it. We're going to bring in Coach Darling here. So, Coach,
There he is.
first thing I'm going to ask you, Jerry and I both noticed you had a little moment down
We
there.
were watching the sideline.
So Coach Troxel told us you were trying to pitch the shutout tonight, which, you know what? This is the darn near the next best thing. I mean, what else can you say?
No,
Well,
6 points is 6 points.
6 is 6. You're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. What was the defense doing tonight that really kind of got your focus in on how to stop these guys, how to put some pressure on them?
Well, the 2 guys you talked to tonight, they're really, really good bookends.
Yeah.
They fly up the field. They do their jobs really well. They listen and practice. I mean, game planning wise, you don't really have to worry about them. You tell them what to do, they do it. So the speed we have off there, the ability to put pressure on the quarterback, that was what we were trying to take advantage of earlier in the week, watching film,
Right.
showing these kids the steps that they were taking, things like that. A lot of preparation goes into this. Those kids do a lot of film study. We try to make sure that they do the film study, but ultimately it's up to them to be able to do that. And kudos to those boys tonight. They did a great job.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think that was the difference. I mean, the pressure that you were able to put on their quarterback. He got to a point where he wasn't comfortable in the pocket at all. He would just catch the ball and he'd go right outside
started moving.
and he was on the move all the time. So, and he just never really got a good look downfield. And your coverage was good.
I was going to
I
mention
thought the
that
kids
same
covered very well tonight.
This is the first time we've gone strictly man all season long, and we thought we had an advantage with our athletes. We got a kid back this week, Daishan, which gives us a little bit better coverage.
Right.
Bryce is a fantastic edge, but he's more of a run style
Sure.
edge. He's not great in the pass, as you saw later on. He just wanted to get off the field. Every time I subbed him out, he just said, "Thank you, Coach." But he made some really nice plays down the field. He adjusted, and he did what we needed him to do. So again, I really love to see those kids step up and do the things that they need to do.
Yeah, I was going to mention we were talking about it in the game when we saw Bryce. I mean, he step for step with those receivers out there. He was doing really that one. We thought for sure bobbling around. We thought for sure he was going to come up with that thing. He would have loved it.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
I think one thing tonight too that was different. You guys have been setting the table for the offense and everything all year long, and tonight they responded. You put them in good field position situations. So did the special teams. I mean, it was a 3-part game. All 3 phases were there tonight, and that's fun to watch.
It is. We've been talking field position.
Yeah.
Just give us a chance to play.
Right.
Just back them up. Give us. I like my chances when we've got a full field behind us.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've given up, we've bent. This defense is definitely not like last year's, as far as they're a little more bend, learn, and then we'll attack. Last year's was somewhat of a well-oiled machine by the end of the
Sure.
year.
Sure.
There was a lot of unspoken things. But this year, we're getting there.
I was going to say that same
definitely
thing.
getting there. These kids are starting to feel more comfortable, the young kids.
Yep.
Right.
Teague, for example, he's a sophomore.
And he's really starting to come into his own. He really is.
He's such a nice kid and so quiet. But man, is he coachable. Coach Clerkin has done a fantastic job with him, teaching him up and stuff. So
Yeah.
I was super happy. Connor.
I was going to mention Connor's name too.
Fantastic game.
Brenninger's played good. I mean, for another young kid.
Exactly.
So
the young kids have really stepped up and played really well this year.
Yeah.
That stick that Ellenson had on that screen pass. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I chewed him out the first 2 times they ran it because that's where he's supposed to be. That was his job this
Oh,
week.
so that was
yeah.
So maybe he listened that.
At halftime, I walked up. I said, "You finally got it."
I'm telling you what, though, that kid's tackles. Jerry and I were talking about that throughout. Actually, most of the season we've been talking about his form tackling. I think with the very first one when we won at Dodgeville, he came up and. Man, he had some sticks that night.
Yep,
yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you could put a highlight film of him together and use it as a teaching tool.
I think so.
He's
form.
Yeah,
he's got great form. So, which is a testament to what you guys are doing for those kids. But like you said, when they're coachable, makes your job a heck of a lot easier too.
It does. We're super simple defensively. It's own your gap and just play.
And go out there and try to take somebody's head off.
I give them a lot of responsibility out there. They can do stuff.
Sure.
They can ad lib.
Right.
I'm not that structured to where they have to do a certain thing, and if they don't, that's it. It's
right.
Whatever you're feeling out there, if it works, as long as our gaps and stuff are responsible.
It's definitely working. Whatever you're doing, it's working. We're loving it because that keeps us in games. Every game we're in because we play defense, and I'd rather be good on defense than anything.
Right.
In any sport. I mean, it's just.
So I'm going to ask you for next week. Looking to pitch a shutout again?
Always.
Always. I knew that was going to be your answer.
Yes, always.
That was a lob question.
I'm upset when we don't.
I know.
You
We saw that.
We saw that.
Yeah, we saw that.
There's definitely the, that pride factor.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Because we've hinged on defense for a few years now. And,
Yeah.
And that just kind of comes with the territory.
You bet. You bet.
The boys have really stepped up and taken that to heart. And
Yeah.
I think they were a little upset too, but.
Oh yeah.
Hey, 6 points out of a game. I'll stay with that average.
Right.
That's all right.
Oh yeah, that's not bad at all.
Absolutely.
Especially the way the offense stepped up tonight.
Absolutely.
We could have had a defensive score again, but
we were looking for that one too.
I
that
told
was
Traxel tonight. The boys are all getting stickers for that. I don't care. That's
you
just
know what?
on me.
You're
So,
right. That was the thing that Jerry and I were talking about too when we were discussing this all three aspects coming together. But our offense, first quarter, I mean, we start coming out of the gate first quarter. It's like the first series, second series are kind of like kind of look like those games before, and then all of a sudden we just hit the gas, hit the button, and we were going.
Yeah, they made some adjustments. They found what was working and took advantage of the stuff that wasn't. And,
Right.
And,
and Connor made another big play with the strip down here.
Yes.
That set the first score up. You know.
Yep.
So
Short field, that was our friend tonight. Short field.
Yes. Yep.
So awesome. All right, Coach. Well, we'll let you get out of here.
Sounds good.
Thanks again for coming up.
Enjoy
Appreciate
this
it.
one, Coach. We'll get another one next week.
That's
yeah,
right.
I haven't seen any film on Westfield yet, so that'll be my job tomorrow.
That's right.
Well,
Enjoy
good luck
this one
with it.
tonight, though.
Thanks again,
Thanks,
Coach.
Dave.
All right, Coach Dave Darling, and we had Teague Perkins and Brock Lewis up here. Tell you what, folks, this was a good one. Love to feel this one. Great score. Jerry, we kind of were both off on the running clock thing, and so it was the Dells last year for that playoff game. But, man, it was good to see that happen again tonight.
Yeah.
Really getting that offense established. That's been a little bit of our, I don't want to say our Achilles heel, but we just haven't had those strong opportunities to over and over again keep those drives sustained, so on and so forth. Tonight we're able to do that. You can see what the result of that is on that scoreboard.
Yeah.
When those things come together.
And offense, I will say this, offense is always the thing that's going to take the longest to get everything coordinated and working like you want. That's why those first games of the season, they're usually defensive struggles.
Right.
They're usually turnover battles.
Yeah. And
and
mistakes.
Who makes the least mistakes wins.
Yep.
So, it's always advantage defense until the offense starts to get things going.
Exactly.
Then it's now you're starting to see that from our offense.
Yeah. And that's what, a game like tonight really helps kind of solidify, as we were kind of talking to Coach Darling, the defense has been there. It's been there. And now you're getting these other aspects of the game put together. And, man, if you put this unit together the way they play tonight, they come out, next week against Westfield for homecoming, you got to expect probably the same result. So we're hoping that, throughout the week, the homecoming week, which is this coming week, folks, that things stay good. And
and if your coaches this week, you probably don't like homecoming as much, but honestly, if the kids can understand, keep it in perspective, have fun. You want them to have fun because this is memorable time.
Right, that's what it's about.
And it is, and just keep it in perspective and
fun
and keep the focus there because next Friday it will become about winning a football game.
Absolutely,
when we get to that point.
Yep.
So.
And when we get there next Friday, remember, folks. Tonight gets us one win closer to playoffs. So if we get that homecoming win next week, we're playoff bound.
You heard Teague say it, so it's on their minds, and that's what they want, and that's one of their goals. When you start your season, you always set your goals, and that playoff is always a goal. And boy, when it's within reach like it is for next week, that's got to keep you hungry.
Oh, absolutely, hungry with steak sauce.
There you go, or just a hot dog from the volleyball girls. That was nice of the volleyball team.
Absolutely, we'll take one of those too.
All right, or seniors or whoever was in charge of concessions tonight. But
we appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Thanks. Big shout out to Paige and KJ for bringing those up.
Yep, appreciate that from those ladies.
Yep.
Yeah. So next week we're here for homecoming. Westfield to be coming to town. 7 o'clock kickoff. Again, we want to give a huge shout out to Schreiber's for sponsoring our game tonight. And we look forward to seeing you guys in 7 days for homecoming festivities.
Absolutely.
Jerry.
It'll be a blast. It'll be just fun to be here. And we're probably going to sign off here quickly before they shut the lights off. No, that was Prairie du Chien. I'm sorry.
Oh, I wonder.
They won't do that to us at home, will they?
I hope not. I'll talk to Noel.
They really wanted us to get out of there, I guess. Whatever.
All right. Well, I tell you what, folks, we'll see you guys next Friday. Hope to tune in. And thanks again for all of those of you that did tune in. Keep that live stream going. We appreciate it, folks. We'll see you guys next Friday.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night.